Good evening. Most of them are getting good evening. Anybody here? Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Hi,
Nitish,
Nagendra here.
Yagini, good to see that. Ashwin is there. Bhaskar. Okay, Vishal.
I'm Ashwin from Sydney.
Right. Good. Good to see you all. And thanks for joining this session. We have another 2-3 minutes, and also some of them will be very new to Zoom. They should be trying, installing, getting ready. And also, we're in the lockdown period, so we have to make ourselves look good after a long time. So it may take a little more time to settle there. So let's give a decent time, let them get there. And before that, let me give a thanks to all of you for joining here. You can keep your mic in mute mode, and probably we'll need the time when we can bring up your mic and your camera where we'll start discussing with one another. So we're going to get a lot of opportunity today to talk to one another and share a lot of information, right? Good there. And let me quickly see the names who are all there. And let me run through the names. Akshay, Amdeep, Anush, Ashwin, Bhuvana. Great. And then anybody having a computer name there, please rename it. You can have your name there. There is option on the right. If you can click it, there will be option for more where you can rename it. So keep your name so it'll be comfortable to call you. Thanks for doing that. Great. Mahesh is there, Nagaraj, Nitish, Pawan, Prashant, Raju, Soumya, Sham, Sahin. Okay, Sneha, Soumya. Great. Good to see a bunch of people there. Good there. We are on a perfect timeline to kickstart. So first thing, I want to congratulate you all to getting to the best session to get to the best certificate in the world. Okay, first of all, let me confirm certain things. Am I audible to everyone here? You have a chat window on the right side. You can type there. You can test yourself with chat window. So am I audible to everyone? And am I visible? And again, yeah, good. I'm getting a lot of yes sign. And you are seeing me wearing a green color shirt. Is that right?
No, it's not right.
Okay. Okay. If you see white color shirt, your COVID is negative. You are good there. Test cleared. Okay. Okay. Good there. Thanks for confirming. And perfect there. Perfect day to start. And I believe you all have your snacks bag next to you, a Lay's packet, pakoda, chips, water bottle, all stuff are next to you. If it is there, good for you. Don't need to walk here and there, right? You can have those items next to you. And have a pencil and paper next to you also, maybe needed. I'll tell certain factors, and that'll be good for you. Great there. Okay, I can see a lot of comments running up there. Okay, once in a while we can pick up the mic and start talking. It's good to talk in mic, but sometimes what happens is after talking we forget to put in mute, so that start creating a lot of background sound. So you are free to use mic, you are free to use camera. Once I go for a screen sharing with slides coming up, we can put up your camera and mic in off mode, so that our image will not come in front of somebody who is watching the slides. So that's the basic things we're going to do. I think we are maturing very much on this online platform. If you ask me 5 years back, is this possible? There'll be an answer, no. These many people joining on the calls, right? It was not possible. But now it's quite possible, able to do that. So we are materializing this technology to enhance ourselves. So we should be thankful to this technology, innovators. And again, necessity is the mother of innovation. And there is a necessity happened in this COVID last few months. This impact, we will see more technology, more concepts going to happen next 2 to 3 years. In next 3 years, you will see the office structure, education system going to change upside down. Because of this pandemic happen, a lot of things going to change. Anyway, saying that, first of all, again, thanks for joining the program. And again, this is Sriram Kumar here. I will be your PMP coach. I'll bring up some slides, so we'll start sharing that. So now you can get to camera off mode, mic off mode, and you can stay silent, and you can be in a secret spy watching me, right? Yep, good to see a bunch of my old friends also there. Nice to see them. Aaron, good to see some of guys. Good then. Please get to camera off mode, mic off mode. You can be there. Let's get to the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, quickly, a couple of them give me a message. You are seeing a screen and it has something called welcome to ShriLearning. You can put in the chat window. If you are fine, I'm going to kickstart from there. Fantastic. Well, many of them gave a hi. Good there. Good. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Good there. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in the name of ShriLearning, where we give a positive environment for learning. What is this positive environment? Learning can happen in a different format. There are a lot of ways of learning. Go for self-study, books, friends, all stuff are there. But still, there needs some amount of positivity. There needs some amount of success ratio. And we are able to provide that consistently for the last few years. And to rate it, we are standing top with 100% success results. So if you watch out our success rate, every week we have a bunch of people clearing PMP exams. I'm sure some of you would be connected with me in the LinkedIn. Some of you would have seen some post, few of them posting, for them are little hidden agenda they don't want to expose in LinkedIn. Oh man, my manager is watching me. I don't want to expose it. Okay, this is very common. In PMP, it's very common they don't expose to the world telling, hey, I completed it, because manager may think something different, right? Good then. So we have a good positive results here, and it's not about PMP. Beyond that, people find themselves as improving well in their personal life as well. So that's happening in this program regularly. So with that note, we have a good amount of people joining here. I believe and I trust your belief on us to come and learn with us. Thanks for trusting us. Let's get to the program. With this, let's go. Okay, what we're going to learn today. First of all, we should know what we're going to learn. We are going to learn Project Management Professional Certification, which comes out of the book PMBOK 6th edition. That is PMBOK Guide. What is PMBOK? Project Management Body of Knowledge, which has been released by PMI Institute. I'm going to talk all these factors. In fact, next 4 hours, in between we have some breaks also. I'm going to explain a lot of the basic stuff about the project management, and also more about the PMP program, how to go for the examination, how to attend the question paper, what is the study plan, how to approach it, which book to read, all are coming on the way. So let's be prepared for it, and let's start from here. So we're going to learn something called PMP, Project Management Professional Certification, one of the most reputed management certification in the world. Why one of the? There are a lot more certificates also there, right? You can go for an MBA, you can go for Prince 2, you can go for Scrum certification, a lot are there. But PMP has its own benchmark. Somebody coming with PMP, your resume is treated differently than the other person. Shriram, will I get a job first day? I would tell, depends. But PMP will take you to the interview room. That we can guarantee. There getting a job is our interpersonal skills, how effectively you communicate, how effectively you are able to expose your talent, right? But PMP will take you to the interview room, that's for sure. Okay, with that, let's move. Some of the basics which I want to put in front before we go inside. And being the first day, it's a little tough for some of you to sit and listen for hours, but anyway, let's put it up. It's going to be 5 weekends with us. Oh my goodness, 5 weekends? Yeah, it'll fly like this. Every batch when we complete, the first week it'll be, oh man. 5th week they'll feel, oh man, it's over, right? So we have 5 weekends, and it'll be 6.5 hours every weekend. You're going to touch a Saturday 4 hours and Sunday 2.5 hours, right? I'm putting this in IST. Anybody from CST, EST, or UAE, or from somewhere in the European region, please convert the timeline. You may get it. If not, our team will support you with the proper timeline, right? I know at least 10 or 15 countries people are here. I appreciate you coming from different time zone. Kindly convert it to your timeline. We have set up this timeline, which can be so convenient to most of the countries, most of the continent covering, except Japan and Australia, we couldn't touch because it is mid of the night for them. So even though previous batch to that, we had a person from Australia who joins in the mid of the night and completes early in the morning. It depends on their passion. But again, we couldn't cover that continent, that area, but the rest of things are very good here. And how the break is going to happen, even though it's not a good classroom, online training where you are free to move anytime, because I'm not going to check whether you are there. But again, it should have an official break. So they're going to give 20 minutes break today, that is Saturday, which will be 8:30 p.m. to 8:50 p.m. IST. 20 minutes where you can catch up your dinner, breakfast, lunch, refreshment, come back. And Sunday we have 10 minutes break, which will be good for you, I think, because it's a 2.5 hours program on Sunday. So that's pretty much the timing side. And what are things we need? Okay, I can see some chat. I'll quickly check. What is the chat? Okay, Ashwin from Sydney. Oh man, what's the time there, Ashwin, for you? Don't tell me it's
11 p.m.
Oh man. Okay, I appreciate your passion. So you join with me a passion club where people join in the middle of the night. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for that. Okay,
Thank you,
yeah, good there. Thank you. So now, some of the basic stuff I would request you have a paper and pencil with you, but don't fight for this paper and pencil with your children or some of your kids next to you. Please procure something on your own. Have a paper pencil next to you. Why paper pencil? Because it makes you to have some connection with the class. If not, what will happen is you feel like as if you're watching a Hollywood movie or a Bollywood movie, and after some time you lose a rhythm and you may get distracted. Have a paper and pencil with you. Write something which comes to your mind when I'm explaining. That's going to change your life. You go to PMP exam or not, that's a different story, but you have to become a professional leader and professional manager in your organization. This training aim is make you a professional person in the society and get an upper job growth in your life, right? That's very important. So start connecting with me, because it's your money, it's your time. Whatever dollars INR you spend, it's your hard-earned money, right? So be careful, have a paper next to you, please note down. That's point one. Have your cam and mic in good condition. I believe it is there. Again, be ready, because we're going to have some breakout session where you will meet some of your peer people in this group. We have around 50-60 people. You are going to meet one another. They want to see face to face. So you know what, even though it's being virtual, face to face is the best way of communication till now. Even if you read the books of Agile, and one of the principle in Agile principle, the sixth principle says that the most effective way of communication is face to face interaction, right? So that's very vital. So keep it this ready. We will make use of it when it is needed. Okay, that's one point. And avoid phone, television, and browsing. Okay, some of you watching me from the phone, don't avoid that. Some of you watching me from television, don't avoid that. Some of you browsing me through Zoom, don't avoid that. What I mean this is, when the program is happening, kindly keep your phone upside down. And television, stay away. Browsing some other sites, stay away. Why? You will easily lose the context. Management is one of the ocean. When you don't follow it, you lose a track of it. So kindly be there, attentive. I know it looked like a school kids. Sorry about that, but because these are the points we get distracted. And feel free to ask more relevant questions. Why I tell this is, in this group, I know some of you are extrovert, some of you are introvert, where you don't tend to ask question even if you have a very good question, right? It's a good question or silly question, don't bother, just throw it. We will try to answer as much. If not, we'll park it, we'll discuss in the WhatsApp group, which is specifically created for this team, right? So don't stop asking questions. If you don't ask questions, you won't learn, right? That's one important point. And again, one thing I want to say that, please remember to smile while listening. Okay, don't be so serious. I've seen some people while driving the car, your face to be serious. You can smile, right? We don't know what's the count of our days. So be smile and happy. You're learning something to grow in life. That's it. Stay happy. Okay, that's good. And in the session, we're going to talk a lot more about PMP exam questions, and chapter wise we'll talk questions. We'll bring up some question. We'll talk about how this question should be approached, how the exam will look at this question, how to choose answer A, B, C, D, out of which how to choose it. Many people think that PMP is exam which has 4 answers given there. Oh man, answer is there, man. Put inky, pinky, ponky, father had a donkey, choose one and go. That's not the game. It has some interesting factor there. We have to learn the tricks and tips here. Very crucial. I've seen many people, school, college toppers, slipped in PMP. The reason being is overconfidence will beat you. because this is scenario-based question, conceptual questions. You should think and answer, right? That's very important. We'll do that part. And we're going to have some breakouts and workshop. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of the word called breakout. It's very common these days, which is making people to assemble together and talk about a topic and get some conclusion. So you all going to work as a team. How are you going to do that? It will be happening in a virtual way. So that's the plan for the weeks coming up. Are we clear with this plan? Can I get a couple of yes if you are clear? If you have any questions, you are ready to throw the question. Fantastic. I can see that's coming up faster, much faster. Okay, good. I know that my laptop RAM is so speed, more than that. Good there, let's proceed. By the way, I'm going to share some of the videos also about the projects and be excited to watch those videos. But no movie trailers from me, sorry, I don't do that. So let's go to the program. Oof, somebody's doing annotating, just a minute, I have to lock you. Annotation stopped. Okay, good then. Let me jump. Before that, let me see the chat. Any questions there? Sounds good. Okay, great. Okay, all are positive signs. Let's move. Okay, quickly on the program, just to give a heads up, I know the first day a lot of groundwork will be there, after which you'll get to the subject directly. Don't watch only this girl, watch his packages also. So the package says here, package 1 goes here with the introduction. We're going to talk today, and we're going to have a project management framework, and there is something called stakeholder management. Like this, we have multiple packages. Say package 2 is going to come, package 3 is going to come, and more going up. Okay, what is this package? What is this information? Nothing but this is a syllabus for your exam preparation, right? That's what you're going to do. So going next, we have package 4, package 5, package 6. I know some of the terms here will be pretty new to you. Some may be interesting to you also. But again, let me quickly, somebody's raising the hand, QCOM BTD. By any chance you want to ask question? I'm saying you're raising a hand. Maybe you can put your name instead of system name, right click it and change your name. It's good there. Okay, I don't see a question there. Let me move on. So package 6 here, interesting factor. We are talking a little on agile concepts. Shriram, I don't even know what is agile. Man, I'm not an IT guy. I'm a guy out of IT industry. Why you guys are forcing me agile? No, it's not a forcing. In exam, you may get 6 or maybe 8 questions in agile, or sometimes only 2 questions. What is agile? And some basic concepts will be questioned. Anybody can answer. But the point here is some of you are from a different industry, different domain, don't even know what is agile. You thought agile is a beautiful bird found only in Australia. Then you understood agile is not a bird, it's a concept. Okay, so I'm going to explain that on the last day, so you learn that. Whatever you learn from me on the last day, more than enough to clear this 6 questions, right? That's a point. And one important thing which you have to learn the package 6 is you're going to talk about exam application processing. Many people struggle here, and this is my responsibility. I personally take care here. I do personal care on this area. I will work with you to fill the application. You may be from any industry, you may be from any experience above 3 years. I would help out. And one interesting area is a study plan. Ooh, many want this. We'll work out on the study plan on this factor specifically for you. Okay, these all coming up on your way. Let's move. Let me see any questions there. Okay, no questions here. Very good. Let's keep moving. Keep moving. Good then. From where the PMP is coming up? First, we have to know the origin, right? The place of birth. The place of birth is from PMI. Some of you are much aware of this. If you're not aware, there is something called PMI. What does PMI stands for? PMI stands for Project Management Institute. Okay, well and good. Who is this guys? Are they very new to the market? No, they are from 1969. Some of you not born, some of you should be 5-6 years old by the time. Is it so? Maybe. Okay. So now 1969 on the PMI institutes there in the market. They are so famous for setting up the standards and norms for project management across different countries. You can't count it. It goes around 208 countries. In fact, in UN, it is registered in only 197 countries. but a lot of non-registered or non-territorial countries are there, which the PMI also covers there. So around 208 countries, or give it approximated 200 countries are covered in PMI Institute. So what they do, these are the credentials and certification they conduct. A lot are there, but certain things are so famous. One of the thing is PMP, the flagship program. What do you mean a flagship? The most branded program in this group, right? It's very powerful and people love it crazy. And Shriram, I'm less than 3 years experience, man. I can't go for PMP. Can you suggest me something? There is something called CAPM, Associate in Project Management. This is done by people who are just out of the college, who just joined a job 1 or 2 years back, right? So, or some people say that, Shriram, management is not my cup of cake. I mean, it's something different, man. I'm a techie guy. Can I start from the basics? They go for CAPM. But my recommendation is, if anybody touch 3 years of experience of any domain, any nature of work, you are eligible for PMP. So hit the rock and get it. CAPM has value, but PMP value is rocket high. Okay. And then we have something called program management, lots of is there. And there is something called Agile ACP, Agile Certified Practitioner. This is also from PMI Institute. Okay, that's good. All said good. United States, Pennsylvania. And if you are aware, recently, maybe last year, 2019, right? Yeah, August, Sunil Prashar, he took over as the CEO of a PMI Institute. After his takeover, there are a lot of changes, PMI Institute started marketing really well, which was lagging for a few years. Now the marketing, communication, establishment is very high. Now what's the benefit for me, Shriram? When they market it, it's there. When the PMI Institute established really well, they reach out Fortune 500 companies. I'm sure many of you are aware of Fortune, if you know the Fortune. The Fortune 500 companies, they reach out and tell that, hey, you know what? We have the best course in the world. We recommend you to recruit people with this certification. Or do you see anything we need to add in PMP which will value you? And this is the communication happening. And I'll tell you, in another 1 or 2 years, PMP qualified people will be in crazy demand. So get ready right now. Good, that's about PMI. This anybody can Google it. It's pmi.org. You can Google and find out. Good there. So what all course we offer from ShriLearning? Okay, man, it's time for advertisement. We are advertise. Okay, so we do something called PMP, which you are here, and we do also have something called ACP. ACP stands for Agile Certified Practitioner, which is another interesting course from PMI Institute. We have a course starting by June 20th. Okay, we have a course starting for this. And what is SA? Okay, we have scaled agile. This is very interesting factor happening in the industry. Most of the IT people preferring this. We have leading safe course as well. It's a 2 days program. This is a 21 hours of training, and this goes around 35 hours of training. When I say 2 days, it's 16 hours of training. Oof, lot of training, lot of way to learn. You can decide which is good for you. Good there. Let me move furthermore. Okay, time to set some goals for you. Oh man, you're not getting to the subject. Start talking goals. Yeah, we need to set some basic goals. I feel goal setting is very vital as you go to this leadership career, right? Okay, quickly, I'm seeing some chat message here. I'll address a question, come back. After PMP, can we do safe? Yes, you can. PMP will do what's the difference? Okay, PMP talks project management across any domain in the world, right? Out of 208 countries, any domain. You can be finance, it can be pharma, IT, non-IT, banking segment, name it. You can go for PMP because it talks about project management so broad. SAFE 2 covers multiple domains, but it yet to mature to that level where we see in all the industry being followed. But primarily, IT industry focus more on scaled agile. So agile concepts being scaled to the higher level of a sprint, Kanban, right? Those concepts coming there. So that's happening there in SAFE. But people are doing both the certificate. They have all. They have both PMP, they have both SAFE. Because none of the organization goes only for PMP or only for agile. They have a blend of all. They call us hybrid model. So you're going to get ready for the hybrid. Hope that answers you. Okay, there's a question from Aishwarya. How often we have to renew the PMP, given that syllabus is changing from next year? Great, Aishwarya, good question. I'm going to go to those areas. I'll park your question. When I come there, I'll explain those topics. Yes, you got it, Akshay. We'll come there. Okay, thanks, Aisha. That's a good question. I'll park it there. Okay, first thing, we have to set up some goals. What do you mean by goals? I want you to read out this and feel yourself as a goal for you. It's not for me, it's for all of us. Okay, I'm a PMP qualified person. I don't want you to tell that I will be. You have to tell that as if it's present. I am PMP qualified. I'm learning project management international terms. I'm the most respected leader resource in the industry. I'm so honest, disciplined, consistent in professional and personal life. I'm earning so and so dollars with the passion. Okay, can I ask someone here, which line out of this you like, out of the goals? One, two, three, four, 5 lines are here. Let's see which line people like most. Let me take a voting here. Line 3, 5th line. I like the honesty. Thanks, Lekha, being very honest there. Right. 4th. 1, I can see 4 and 5 coming much. 1 and 3 also coming. 4 is coming a lot, man. I like it. I like it. 2 and 5. Great, great. Good there. But actually, you know what? Thanks all for answering it. You know what? There's a combination. If you miss anything, one out of it, it won't work. It should be a gel up of all this concept. I'd see many of you are choosing 4. I feel this is strongly missing at present situation. All right, not only now, many industries missing this part. Somehow cut the corner, somehow make it happen, and somehow you have to win the world. I think that's going to be tough. As you grow as a leader after learning the project management professional certification, you would be expected to be an example. You should be an example, not be a sample, right? People should follow you. People should look for you. We can see currently what's happening in the market, right? We can see the leadership is shaking all over the world. You can't see a strong people around there, right? Those days also the same kind of leaders were there. Thankfully, no WhatsApp and Facebook. If not, they would also be suffered like this, right? There was a different story. Okay, let's see. I'm happy that you all read the goal. But again, this goal, I would tell that you have to mark with a date. A goal without a date does not make any sense. I will come back to this goal on the 5th week when you are with me, and we will start marking date. For example, July 25 is my exam. I want this to be marked specifically with the time 12 p.m. I am PMP qualified. See the meaning now. I am PMP qualified, July 25, 12 p.m. Sorry, I didn't put the year, so don't mark different year. Let's mark 2020. This has a meaning now. A goal without a date becomes a wish. We have thousands of people on the roadside still with a wish. But when at the date, it becomes a perfect goal, right? So please do that. I want you to do this. That's the reason I brought out. Anyway, no forcing on you, just a thought. Whenever I talk about the goal, I remember some concepts. I just want to bring it up to you. I read this somewhere. I thought this page will help you. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. Makes sense? A goal broken down into steps become a plan. A plan backed by action becomes a reality. See, these are things I've seen as a Facebook post or a WhatsApp picture status. But are you doing this? The question many times goes back, no, I'm not doing it. So many times I say that let there be a goal, and this goal has something called focus. Without a focus, you can't achieve the goal. You may be surprised, why should I be putting philosophy class now? It's important. We are going to be a leader, and you are going to take one of the very interesting certificates in the world. You need some amount of commitment, right? In order to achieve the focus, I feel that we need something called character. There is something called discipline. There is something called competency. Without competency, if you have character, will not work. Hey, he's a very good guy, man. So how much knowledge? Knowledge is zero. What to do with him? What is he? Amazing, technically strong guy. What's the character? So adamant, man. I don't like him. You won't get job both the way. You should be balanced with the character and competency. I see people having goal. I see people having focus. I see people having character and all this stuff. But one area they slip and suffer. Can someone make a guess what will be the next one? Which makes a difference? Make a wild guess. Ooh, discipline, already have it, Mahesh.
Plan.
Let's see. Attitude, leadership quality, dream. Keep going, keep going.
Plan.
No, keep going. Attitude, leadership, honest. Try all the words on the books of motivation. Ego. Okay. Network, plan. Vinay says plan, strategy, acceptance, continuous efforts. Somebody's coming closer. Okay, the word starts with a C. I'll give a clue. Have you heard this word? Have you heard? Ah, somebody got it. Somebody got it. Oh, great. Consistency. Thanks, guys. I saw a lot of put your confidence, commitment. Very good. I agree. Okay, let me go and give you meaning for this now. See, a goal is a goal until you don't have a focus, it don't become a goal, right? You have a focus. I see people having this character. They have a discipline. They have a competency also. But the only area which put you and me down is if you're not consistent on your target. Why I have to explain this on the first day of a PMP training is, in PMP training, we need an amount of consistency in preparation. It won't take hardly 3-4 days to lose a rhythm. Within a week, you lose a rhythm. There is a marriage function, a birthday party, a losing party, bachelor party, something at home, medical problem, something lose your context. So to stay consistent, you have to be in touch continuously. So what's the answer for this? What we do is we put something called a WhatsApp group, and we keep checking you regularly, every day, every week, what you're doing, how much you're preparing. Sometimes it looks like a school. Sriram, you're chasing me too much, but the results will be amazingly great, right? That's very important. So this is not only for PMP, anything in your life. How many of us set a resolution on the day 1 of January, telling that I want to go to gym, stay fit. I buy all the things what I want to go for a gym. But after 5th day or after 15th day, if I ask you, are you going? This dialogue will come. I'm inconsistent, right? That's a difference between the people who are achieving, who are not achieving, right? That's a point. Anyway, there we start with the philosophy stuff. Just thought of putting you that it's very important. By the way, Sriram, is there going to come in the PMP exam questions? Definitely no, right? Okay, good there. Okay, this is time to do some self-advertisement for me. Let me do that part. Okay, hey, Matula, I got your question. I will take some time and read and come back. I can see a big paragraph of question. I'll park it and I'll take it a little later. Right. I think that's about your personal stuff. On the job side, I'll take it up. Okay, good. I have to answer Aishwarya's question also. It's being parked. Quickly come back. Okay, this is Sriram Kumar. I'm the one with you now, taking classes. So I come with a few qualification, like I have MCA, Masters in Computers, Business Administration, and MSc in Psychology. That's great, good. By the way, do psychology and computer map with one another? Do anybody has a question? Why the hell you read psychology with the computers? If you don't have any question, you can leave it. Okay, then I have some certificates. Certificates, I went with something called PMP, which we are going to explain now. And there is something called SPC. What I showed earlier is a leading safe. That's one of the certificate for the managers and leaders. SPC is something program consultant who become a coach, who can coach people, right? That's a coach here. So I am a coach of that program. So I am eligible to do I have a license to coach people. That's a very important point. And ACP talks about Agile certification, which I spoke about it some time back. CSM, very interesting and many love it because within 2 days you'll get the certificate. Very interesting, good certificate. DevOps, I did. I will tell that way because I learned it. Did I use it? Yeah, I know concepts, but I'm not using it, to be honest, on that area. Okay, I come around with 18 years of experience. Yeah, good life. And I have a project management coach, leadership coach, agile coaching, safe consultant, and life goes smooth, right? And this guy looks at me. Are you sure about it? Yeah, I'm sure about it. Okay, there are some questions. Quickly take a look. It's a deadly combination. Probably psychology helps to be a great trainer. No, I thought for the marriage life, psychology will help me, Ashwin, hopefully. Yeah. If anybody believes that, you can also take psychology. Okay. Okay. You are wrong. Somebody says wrong. Okay. Maybe my psychology is wrong. That's good. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some stuff here. Never. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do a handshake with the people. Quickly, I'll see the breakout option. Team, can you give the permission? I have to get to the breakout room. Right. So now what I'm going to do is, I'll just give a clue for what's going to happen. You're going to keep your mic and camera on in some time, not now, once I tell you. There is a concept called breakout. I'm going to split this team into 5 or 6 teams, where you all go to a room and you'll talk only 5 minutes to each other. Say hello, look at each other, just check out, hey, what's happening? Don't ask the credit card and PIN number, that's not needed. You're going to have some basic stuff, what you do, where you come from stuff. Have a hi, and we'll come back, just to give a feel of connectivity. That's very important, right? If you're not makeup, you're not done, you look like a caveman, it's okay. We all look like that in this COVID time. Try to open up a cam, and that gives more connectivity with the team, right? Probably I'll pull to see my breakout option. Give me a minute. Rahul, can you please make me the presenter? Guys, please get to mute mode. Breakout. Yep, breakout groups coming up. Good there. So what I'm going to do, I'm putting some rooms. Hey, this is not a room in Taj Coromandel Hotel. It's a room only here. You have to see with each other. Okay, so don't expect something more than that. Okay, I'm putting 10 people for a group. Just go there. I'm going to give only 12 minutes. Talk to each other. Say hi. Open up a camera and see each other and come back. Before I go there, I have to get the permission from you. Are you good for that? Are you guys good for to do that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great there. Great there. Great there. Okay. Good. Don't judge people with the camera look. I'll tell you. Just you have to say hi only. Okay. Okay. I'm going to create room. Get ready. Let's go. Hope most of you in the room now. Anybody here out? Still not got the room? Prabhu, you didn't get your room? Prabhu, am I audible to you? Okay, welcome back. I think most of you are back here. Okay, good to see you all. Good to see you all. Come back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, was it a good exercise to see some of the people around the world? Say hi to each other.
Yeah, it was good to know each other.
Good, good, good. I can see a lot of smile in the face. Oh my goodness.
Good to see faces for a long while.
Thanks for connecting all the people, man.
Yeah. Hey, did anybody watch out your manager in this program?
No.
Thankfully, no.
Luckily, no.
Hey, you
The shock
did.
of the day. Right?
Thanks for the breakout, Sriram.
I know it's a good exercise to see people, right? You get a good comfort feel. That's very important. See, in this PMP program, the vital thing is everybody has knowledge about management. But the only thing is we need some group to encourage each other to clear this exam. That's very vital. You have to share knowledge and discuss about it. And that's a pattern I'm trying to do here. Anyway, that's a good exercise and thanks for participating and good to see all your faces here. You all look so bright, man. I think you all staying at home, not going to sunlight. You all look so bright, huh? That's great. Good to see. Okay, good there. Let's get back to the mode. I'm going to start the program, continuing with the subject now. You can put your invisible mode now. Thanks for the cooperation. Yeah, let's get to invisible mode. Good there. Let me bring up the screen. Okay, good there. Okay, quickly confirm you're able to see the slides so that I can start my subjects now.
Yes, we can see the slides.
Very good. Very
Yes, you can see.
great. Thanks a lot. Please put your cam on the mic and off mode. Yeah, yeah. You can, even the cam also can be off, not needed now. We'll ask later. Good there. I thought of 12 minutes, but you all got introduced much faster. I can see that happened very well. Good. That's a good thing. Maybe next group we will join by tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a workshop. In this workshop, the group, what you did now, the same way, we are going to do some activity on the project. For example, we talk about stakeholder management, how to work out on that. That you have to do. That's an interesting factor. For that, today what you did is a preliminary test to see that your camera is working, your mic is working, and you're also able to speak up freely. That's a point happened today. It's a kind of icebreaker. Okay, the actual stuff is going to happen tomorrow. It will be a 20-25 minutes exercise where I'll give a project to you. You have to start working on it. I'll explain and give it to you. Very interesting subject area. We have to work out tomorrow. Okay, with that note, let's get inside. The subject starts. It's around 7:10 p.m. IST. But we spend 40 minutes to set the ground. We are with the good at the ground. As I proceed through, I'm going to explain a lot of concepts. I'm going to address some of the questions like PMP exams, what is the validity, what is the fee structure, how to approach it. All is going to come one by one. So how I programmed this, I will talk some topics. In between, I'll have some exam related stuff. Again, I'll go for the topic, then I'll go to the exam stuff. I made it a mixture of things so that you don't feel bored learning this topic. Right? That's very important. With this, let's jump inside. What we have. Hey, by the way, did anybody had a problem getting to breakout room? Anybody from mobile? Because I know Zoom has improved a lot, but did anybody had a problem? You can't get into breakout room in this group? I saw a couple of them out of the room. Okay, not even one. Okay, great. I appreciate it. Good, let's move. First of all, when this project management started, let's know a little history and where are we, so that will help you to learn faster. So in 95, the exam opened. So did I say 1969, the institute opened? Yes, 1969. But again, 95, they opened the exam. Until then, it was only a learning subject. Nobody goes for the exam. In 95, they opened in the United States, not for all the countries. And in 98, they started opening to many countries in the world. And from there, it started growing high. You can see the graph going high, right? I just put a stats to tell you, in 2016, it was around 7 lakhs people completed. By 2020, this morning I picked up. This morning from the website pmi.org, I picked up 1 million people or more than that has completed the PMP certificate. This picture or image I taken from PMI Institute website. I want you to read this paragraph. I like the words, what they mentioned very clearly here. Wherever you are in your career, the globally recognized project management professional tells employers, peers, and the world, you know what you are doing. I like this term. I'll tell you, many people suffer, they don't know what they are doing. They go to office, come back, go to office, come back. They don't know what they are doing. It may be for some of you, the way I'm explaining may hurt you, the way I'm telling, don't take it personally. But I feel that many of the people, they go to office. There is a difference between going to office and working at office. And some of you agree with me, going to office and working office is different. And many go to office and come back. And they don't have the commitment, maybe lack of knowledge, maybe no employee engagement, something or somewhere is lagging, which put them down. Now, point here is learning these skills, it makes you a better person to communicate well on the project management language. That's very vital, right? That's very important for a factor which I found it's important, right? The problem here is how do you learn it? Can I learn overnight? No, it will take its own time. It will take time. If it is overnight, I'll tell you, you will find best leaders in this world already, but we can't find the best leaders, right? It takes time to get that particular position. Okay, that's a little on the background. Let me go furthermore. Now the question is, Sriram, there are a lot of certifications in the world. They called Scrum, they called Prince2, PMP, MBA. Which one to go? I'll tell you, go anything which is good for you. Don't restrict yourself with, I will do only this, only that. No, do anything. If you look at my resume, every year I make sure I learn at least one certificate, anything, right? What the point here is, I read the books about Automatic Millionaire. The book they talk about how much you allocate for yourself. For yourself, every year you have to allocate some amount of money and time for your enhancement. Yeah, we allocate money for our dress material, body spray, or a good watch, a good car, good mobile. Every 6 months change a mobile, or at least you change a mobile or not to keep browsing the Amazon and store in the cart. These are good habits, but beyond that, what you're doing for yourself, that's very important, right? And when I do that, one study, this happened by PMI Institute along with Anderson Group, and it's a big PDF which has a lot of information. I don't want to pull everything. I pulled up some stats for you. They ran through around 11 countries. You can see some of your country names will be here. So 11 countries. They found that there's a shortage of qualified talent. Shortage of qualified talent. This was a stats catch up in 2017, right? The prediction is 2027. But you know what? With the situation happening now with the COVID and pandemic, the shortage is going to be so bad. Only when a situation comes, they want a specialized pilot. They don't want a normal pilot. They look for a specialized pilot. I'll tell you, mark my words, within 6 months, the job market will open crazy. They want more people good qualified. I will not tell you just sitting 18 years in place, you will become a manager. No, you should have that skill set. And they're telling that the shortage of that particular talent is going to hit around 207 billion. This is the stats before pandemic. After pandemic, I don't know where it is now. It's going to be crazy bad. Why I should show this to you? Because you should understand that there is a demand in the market for the good managers and good leaders. Shriram, I should go only with the PMP? It's up to you. You can go for MBA. Go and sit for MBA for 1 year. You can learn it, bit expensive. But go with a reputed institute in the world. Don't go for just an MBA. It won't help you. Go for a good institute. Or go for a better certifications like PMP, which is a world reputed. The subject is so depth, it's equivalent to reading like an MBA. Amazing subject. Or go for some of the Scrum or certification. Do something to enhance yourself in this track, because market is in high demand, going to be crazy. Now the market look like down, I'll tell you, it's going to be coming up very, very high. Okay, going on the next stuff. Now I keep talking about the skills, right? Right, Deepak is saying that they ask about PMP. Yeah, PMP proves you, man. MBA can be something, somewhere you clear the exam. PMP, you can't somewhere clear the exam. Good thought, Deepak. Okay, I was keep talking about the skills, right? I should give some explanation of what that skills mean. If you read the book of a PMP or a PMBOK, they cover 3 areas. I believe the font is a bit small here. The 3 areas are something like you should possess strategic and business management. You should possess technical knowledge. You should possess leadership knowledge. Now, if you have a question, what is these 3 things? You can see on the right side, I have put some explanation for you. What is this? Yeah, Uday, you can do it. Uday is asking, can we do 2 certifications at the same time? Yes, you can do. Yeah, that is possible. Okay, coming back on this topic, technical project management talks about, this is the area I feel many people get confused. Whenever I say technical, people think that technology. Hey, Shriram, can I learn .NET, Java, driving a car, jumping from parachute? You can. But when you are in the leadership track and managerial track, what do you mean by technical? Learn agile practices, learn how to do risk management in the project, learn timeline, schedule management, how to collect the requirements, cost management, how to do life cycle management, earn value management. This is technical knowledge. Shriram, can I use a tool MS Project, Jira board, and Rally, Excel sheet? These are nothing but tools. If you are expert on this, any tool you can play, you can create your own tools. I'm seeing many people are stuck in that area. I'm expert in MS Project. What's the use? If you don't understand these concepts, you can be expert, but it won't be useful for you. Nobody recruit you because you are expert in MS Project. They recruit you for a technical knowledge. And this area I'm feeling many people are lagging behind. Please get the knowledge in this area. It's very important, right? And coming back on the strategy and business management. What is strategy? Strategy is talking about some of the organizational top level decision making, or some of the important factors which tells that where the organization is moving, where is the industry is moving, market awareness. Many of us are not aware of our own domain. We talk a lot about decision for a prime minister of a country. Hey, why you doing that? We give opinion for prime minister and finance minister. If I ask them, what do you do in your job? Do you know what you're going to do tomorrow? I don't know. Do you know your CEO's full name? I don't even know who's the CEO. Okay. Do you know motto of your company? I don't know. Do you know the top 5 strategy of your company? I don't know. Do you know who is a competitor of your company? I don't know. I know only my salary, my EMI to be paid. If that's the case, we may not go in the leadership academy. It's so tough. It's a reason people keep reading is you have to be aware of all these concepts. I'm not saying that you should not comment about political stuff. You can, but are we aware of what's our work is? If you ask the question, out of 10, 9 will say no. Only 1 will tell yes, I know. We did this when you want to get a job. When you want to get the job, you read about that company, the website clearly. But after joining the job, what happens? Start dropping down. We don't even read our internal portal of the company. Many people don't know how to apply PL with the CL, the leave application. I've seen many people with the 15 years experience, they'll go and ask, hey, can you tell me how to put a PL with the CL and the leave and the thing? So confused people, right? So understand more about the domain and company where we stand. It's so vital, right? That's one of the key factors in project management studies. In PMP book, they cover about it. Then comes something called very, very interesting. I even find people with a strategy and business thought. I find people with the technical knowledge. But one area, it's getting so hard to find. That area is called as leadership. When I say leadership, you most of the time see only the boss happening. The leader factor is very well losing down. It talks about communication ability, negotiation skills, influencing skills, emotional intelligence. So very important, interpersonal skills. These are good to talk. When you watch a movie, a hero does a good job, you like it. But when I ask you, will you do it? No, that's in the movie. I like it. That's enough. It's not happening in the reality. We are seeing it now. What's happening now? There is a lack of transparency between the leadership. It's hitting hard between 2 big countries in the world. Why? No transparency, no proper negotiation skills, no influential ability, no transparency. Hits all the level of trust. It's happening. It's happening. We are in the trouble now, middle of the trade war, right? It's all nothing but the skills. And now your PMP books are divided like this. You will get 30% here, you may get 33% here, you may get 33% here. I'm just putting numbers here. Your book of PMP is covered out of these 3 topics. Your exam is targeted on this. I'll tell you, you will love to read this PMP just because of this reason. I fell in love with the subject just reading this one area called talent triangle. I felt this is a skill which I have to develop to survive in the market, to outshine in the market. I'll tell you, you go to any leadership interviews, manager interviews, lead interviews, quality lead, development lead, operational managers, construction managers, all your questions will be based on strategy, technical, and leadership. If this area is not asked in the question, it's a poor interview. Better you walk out of that room because you are not in the right place for interview. The interview should cover all these 3 topics in a very proportionate way. If that's the case, that's a good company, that's a good person around there for you, right? So it's very important. This is what the book covers. Okay, hope you got some knowledge. What I do is, this is explained by one of the other guy in a video. It looks really good. I'll bring up the video to you. Just hold on. First of all, are you good to watch the video? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's go. Let's watch the video and come back. Dun, 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 dun. Where is the video? Where is the video? Here is the video. A lot of chat messages. I have to check that. I'm sure sound won't be there. Let me share the sounds. Okay.
There are three areas that the talent triangle says there are three areas that we should be growing in professionally developing as project managers, and those three areas make up the talent triangle. They are technical, business or strategic, and leadership. So let's take a look at those three. The first leg in that talent triangle is technical. So technical skills as a project manager. Think back to when you took the PMP exam. You remember the knowledge areas that were in the PMBOK guide. Well, the technical category really falls into or follows some of those technical skills. How do I define the scope? How do I determine my budget? How do I develop my schedule? How do I manage risks? What about quality? So the training that we need to grow in as project managers addresses those technical skills. Included in that would be things like Agile or Scrum or other practices. So technical is one area, the first area really of the talent triangle. A second area of the talent triangle is strategy or business management. Think of this as someone who sees the big picture. So again, thinking back to that survey, many employers came back, managers of project managers, and said, I want to make sure that my PMs understand the big picture. So some of the topics that fall into this category are more strategic. So we're thinking about things like business acumen, better decision making, managing complexity. So these are some areas, even financial areas or procurement complexities, ways that we can grow as project managers. So those are areas that we need to receive training on an ongoing basis. The third leg of the talent triangle is called leadership. And leadership is just what you would expect. As a project manager, you're influencing people, you're building teams, you're motivating people, you've got a reward system in place. So this area lends itself to training topics such as negotiation, conflict resolution, motivating. So leadership makes up that third area of the talent triangle. So we have three skill areas. We have technical skills, we have strategic and business management, and then we have this third area called leadership. That comprises the talent triangle.
I think the person explained better than me. So hope that video gives some insight to you. Is it? Does it? Okay, did you got some message out of this video when you listen to it? All right, okay. I feel this is a good important video which I thought of sharing you because it's so vital that market is lacking people without the skills, where people get stuck with too many stuff around the bush which is not needed. I keep telling that who really want to grow up, you have to grow up in this three segment very well. Apart from that, you should learn domain. Many ask me, Shriram, you mean that only PMP will make you a great person? I will say no blankly, because you should be good at domain. If you are from a finance segment, read about finance segment, your job, your nature of job properly. If you are working from some other segment, let's say pharma industry, read about the pharma, understand what is the next 5 years market segment going to be. Along with that, have a PMP, you will grow like anything. I'm talking for the people who look for leap of growth within 4 years being a millionaire, billionaire. For that, we need this category, right? I'm talking about the people who are the top most achieving people in the world. If you want a mediocre of 9%, 8% salary hike and keep complaining about your manager and telling the tax system of your country is bad, if you want to talk about that, yes, we can keep on talking. But if you want to come out of that and grow such a level where you don't even bother about what the tax I'm paying, I don't bother about what's happening. Your account number should look like, your account balance should look like mobile number. Is that right? A number of digits. Okay. It shouldn't look like PIN number. It should look like your mobile number. What I mean is it's not about money. It's about how do you generate value of yourself. For that, learning is very vital, right? So we'll do that part. Good then. With that, let's get inside. I just want to give a heads up what covers in PMP. Let's go a little more. This area going to hit you directly. Don't take anything personal when I'm explaining certain questions, certain thoughts, because certain areas going to be direct on you. Some of you, oh man, this guy talking about me, right? So this interpersonal skills is one of the important skill which is lagging in many part of the life. I specifically thought it is missing in corporate, also the personal life. I have not seen a person who is so bad at the family do a great job at the corporate. It won't work. You should be balanced with both the area. See, in the interpersonal skills and PMP books, you will read a lot about leadership. You will read a lot about motivation, responsibility, teamwork, active listening, and caring for the people. All works together. It's a combination. You may surprise, man, is it a motivation book, PMP? No, this is expected. To be a leader, these are the skills needed with you. Some get it naturally. For some, they have to read. But it is not a hard skill. It's a learnable skill. If you can learn how to drive a car, how to drive a cycle, how to swim, how to cook, same way you can learn this also. Tons and tons of books are there in the market, but unfortunately, nobody takes time to read that. And I feel most of the time people lack this. And rather, I'll tell you opposite of this, what's happening. Gossiping and talking about the management in water dispenser area, lift area, parking area, WhatsApp group, Facebook. These people keep talking there only. The same guy who talks in water dispenser area and washroom about the management, you can meet him in the washroom after 5 years also, we'll be the same place, not grown anywhere. As I've seen people who take responsibility to learn things, grow up faster. If you feel something is not working, you make it working. What's your contribution? When you do that, those are the people going high. And people keep talking gossip, people who talking about management never grows. This is a study all over the world. You can check out any management books, they say that, keep moving. If you feel something's not good, get away. Rather talking about it, get away. Your life is once. You can't waste your life whole time talking somebody else. Somebody has to talk about your good growth, right? Coming back on this leadership part, this is also applicable to family life. I'll talk this listening part when I come to communication management, which is in PMP. Listening is one of the very, very, very important skill to be a good manager, a good dad, or a good mom. How many of us has a bad relationship because of poor listening? A love break starts, the first word is, you are not listening to me properly, right? From there it starts. From there it goes a different level. Same happens to the stakeholders or customer. When the listening and observation miss out, the customer walk away. It's going to be a big problem. So we'll talk about this stuff, and this is one of the key factors which you have to learn. Again, this is one of the ingredients in PMP. Very good. That's good. A lot of philosophy stuff. Let's take one question to see how is your ability of thinking. I'm putting a question here. It's a situation here, a very small situation. Read the question carefully and suggest your answer in the chat window. Let's have a small discussion. I would expect everybody to do that. Out of A, B, C, D, only one answer you have to choose. Okay, I'm saying mix of answers coming up. I can see C and D coming up. C and D. D is becoming majority. A is there. I'm seeing A, C, and D. Anybody B is there? B for Bangalore? No, B. C is there. A is there. Okay, I'm getting a lot of answers. Okay, that's good. Okay, why I put this question is, okay, I'm not going to judge anybody here by the question. By the way, when you're learning something, we don't want to judge anybody. So it's only a learning process. Can be right or wrong, can be of multiple dimension. But I have the right answer for this question. Before going to the right answer, I'm going to talk to you how the PMP look like, PMP exam look like. Okay, I got a B also answer. Okay, great. So I have answer for A, B, C, D. For the same question, 4 answers. Now you can understand how difficult it is for a situation to answer. A situation, the same situation, different people see in a different angle. It is something like watching in a Hollywood movie, which has a different camera angle, right? I forget the name of the movie, which has the same incident in 4 dimensions, they'll show it, but different angle they'll show it. Right now, the same happens here, where you will see the same situation from each one's perspective. but there is always one is best out of it. We have to choose the best. So what it means is your answers are not wrong, it is right, but which one is the best one out of it? That's very important. Hey, thanks Satya. Vantage Point, I remember the movie name now. Vantage Point. It's very long back, right? It should be 12-15 years back. Nice movie. Has a multiple dimension. Same bomb blast, they'll talk in different angles. Good. So now point is, we are going to look at the best of. Let me tell you how to attack a question in exam. Now the question talking about, you receive notification that a major item you are purchasing for a project will be delayed. What is the best thing to do? There is an emergency situation happening. First thing you have to understand is this incident happened or happening? Past tense or present tense? Now they say you receive, it is present. First you have to understand the tense. If you have a paper pen next to you, please write down. It's very important to tell you, in exam you get 1 minute 30 seconds for each question. So you won't find much time to analyze a lot. So another point is, you have to see, is this question talking about the project or a project manager? Now they're asking about you. You means project manager. Now question is targeting the project manager, what you will do and on the current situation. Okay. Now what's the problem here? There is a major, so something on the risk factor is here. Okay, now I know there is a project manager, a situation is current, and there is something major problem here. Now they're asking best. In PMP, this is one of the keyword. Whenever they use a best, it means all the 4 are correct answer. You have to choose one best out of it. Oh my God. All 4 are correct? Yes, all 4 are correct. You can use it in different angle, but what is the best out of it? Let me go one by one. Pre-plan your project to accommodate this delay. Pre-plan. This word does not map with this one. We are talking about a situation now. You are talking about pre-plan, which will not be relevant here. I have to cut short it. Next one. Notify your manager. Do anybody agree here? It's good to go to manager immediately. Anybody agree here?
Yeah.
Okay, some say yes, some say no. Okay, that's a kind of mix. Majority says no. Generally, managers don't want a problem. Managers want solution. If they're going to give an answer for it, why they recruit you? Right? Manager may not like a problem, they like a solution because they're going to handle a lot of projects. I'm not treating a manager as a bad guy because you are also a manager. Okay, I don't think somebody's the guy. So now let's park this. It may not be the right answer now. We have to park it. Okay, and let the customer know about it and talk over the options. Customer know about it. Is it good to talk about with the customer? Do customer like to know about your problem? Okay, I'll give an example here. Okay, this is there is a bakery. You are making a birthday cake. Now the birthday cake is getting ready, but at the same time, and the last minute, you found that a rat was running over the cake. It shouldn't happen. It happened. Okay. Now there is a major situation. Now, would you like to inform your customer that is bad, you can't deliver the cake, or would you like to talk to your team and identify, do we have any franchise nearby who can serve the birthday cake in next 30 minutes? After getting the cake, I can have a communication with my customer. You know what? An incident happened. We want to deliver you Black Forest cake. Unfortunately, something bad here. So I'm going to deliver a different cake, but on the same time, we'll deliver you. I'm sorry about what's happening. I can try that. And meantime, I can also intimate my senior manager. You know what? Something has happened. There can be some escalation coming up. Please be informed about it. Right? So where I'm going back to here is meeting your team and identifying the alternatives could be the best option out of this 4 at this point of time. Be very careful. At this point of time, it looks good. If this answer is not here, what I will do is answer choice is we have to go to the manager. Manager is not a bad guy. Manager is handling 4-5 projects. So you can talk to him where some other project, he can pull out some resource for you and help you to move forward. If that is also not happening, maybe we can have a call with the customer whom we call it as a PO, product owner. IT guys will be very familiar with this term, product owners, right? We talk to them, make them understand the situation. Now, coming back to this point, I feel D could be the best answer because meeting with the team is important. Whenever I use the word team in PMP, don't think that the 4 people reporting to you. That's not the team. Team can be of a core engineers, can be sometimes a customer representative can be there. Could be your all SMEs can be there. All conclude or include saying that team, right? That's called team. So when talking to a team can be the best option out of this all. People went for answer C, B, and A. Would you agree D look like an answer? Right? Okay, anyway, this is just an example for you. We're not going to have a big debate about what this question all about and what if this word is here, what if that word is here. Never even not going to try this. I just want to give a clue of, hey, how the question will look like for you, right? Yeah, yep. So the point is, just get a clue of it. I believe some of you got the clue, but again, this is one of the format. You may get a lot of questions like this in exam. Exam is going to have 200 questions, which I'm going to explain in some time. Good then. I believe you all made a good choice of answers. I found around 80% made the correct choice. I found different of people a different thought process. But again, it's always a good practice in leadership. First, talk to your team. It's an interpersonal skill. It's an interpersonal skill. First, address your team. Hey, you know what? What's happening? Then go to the next level. It's not about technical knowledge. It's about people knowledge. Something at your home. First, you talk to your spouse. Hey, anything there? Can we do something here? Then you'll address other factor, right? That's very important. It all comes out of your family stuff. What you do, the same happens in corporate as well. Okay, good. Let's move. Oh my goodness. This is what you're going to get. God, do anybody have a dream to put your certificate like this? By the way, this is your PMP certificate, which is going to come out. I'm going to answer some of your questions on the PMP exam. Before that, let's see the certificate. Look at the frame. Hey, do anybody know that PMI Institute will frame like this and courier you? Anybody know about it? Don't ever, no. If they do, it will be so nice, right? Yeah, it'll be nice. But unfortunately, they'll give only the paper to you. Getting that paper itself, it's so hard. We don't want a frame and all, right? Okay, this is how the certificate looks. By the way, this is the old certificate format. It was till 2019 June, July, sometime after Sunil Prasad took over. The first changes, color has been changed. Color has been moved to orange, or I don't know what color you call it, pink, dark pink, orange, whatever color it is. This is a new color of PMI Institute, and there's a new logo. They changed the logo, they changed the color. A lot happened. By the way, I'm going to answer Aishwarya's question also, and also any questions you come up, you can ask here. This is a certificate look like, you get it. Okay. So what will happen here is, first of all, your name should come here. You will have PMP professional here. There is no mark given here. I'm going to talk about mark a little later. Hold on. No mark, nothing will come here. It will tell only a profession. It is something like your doctor certificate, lawyer certificate. It's a professional. You can run your own management consultancy with this certificate. You become a professional. You can run your own business. That's a value you get. And the CEO signature will be here. And you have something called PMI number or PMP number. This number you will add in your resume. So what's the beauty here? After add your number here, the number will be checked by HR department before they recruit you. They can check in the website. It will tell that the validity is here. Now we'll come to the Aishwarya's question. What do you mean by validity? Now, if you see the date here, you will see some 6 years of timeline here. But actually, my certificate was issued in 2016. Okay, and it is valid till 2019 July. Now, in this 3 years, what I did is I have to learn 60 hours of project management knowledge, which they call it as PDU, Professional Development Unit. This you have to learn. You have to listen to webinars, go to the classes, sit with me like these sessions. A lot of free webinars also available in the website called pmi.org. A lot of free is there. After Sunil came over, they changed a lot of stuff free. Anybody can gain it. This is after gaining the certificate. Okay. Once you do the 60, you achieved it in 3 years. It's so easy to achieve. They will charge you around, I forget the dollar value. I paid around $60. If not, it will be $100, I believe. Some USD you have to pay. This is for the renewal process. I don't exactly know the value. It should be $60 to $100. Once you pay that, they will extend your certificate another 3 years. So message here is, once you write the examination, you keep renewing 3. So now what I have to do, I have to collect another 60 PDUs in the coming next 3 years, which I'm working already now. Already I went for a SAFE training, Scaled Agile Framework training. That training gave me 16 points. I have added already 16 in my list. So rest I have to collect. So they have a Scrum body or Scale Agile community, ACP. They all have a connection with one another. If you do a course here, they will give PDF for this guy. If you do a course here, they'll give PDF for those guys. So they have a relationship within them, kind of good marketing strategy. Okay, they do that. But ideally, the point is they are understanding that you are learning something. That's a point. Okay, keep the marketing factor. It's about a learning stuff that's happening. So now what's happening here is I have to do enablement again by 2022. I will pay some $60-70 again another 3 years. If you feel or you forget it by accidentally you missed it, 3 years, man, I don't remember it, I forget it. It's okay. They have an institute call center all over the country. They will call you because $60 coming here. They won't miss it. They will call you. They tell, hey, you have to renew it. Would you like to go for it? Then you can renew for it. Okay, that's how it comes. Let me see some question board. Aishwarya, I hope it answers you. Meantime, I'll see Abdul, hopefully, okay. Ramya asks, how far it is good for me to do PMP certification? That's a good question, Ramya, but I have to understand you more. But the certification of PMP is good for anyone in any industry more than 3 years of experience. If you are in the manager or leadership track, or you look yourself as, hey, I'm qualified, man. I'm good as a manager. I can handle multiple things. I'm looking myself as a good earning or top person. If you feel that way, it's good for you. Any industry, anybody more than 3 years of experience. Shama is asking, is there any difference in credibility if I take the exam online or at center? That's a good question. So for Shama, there is an answer here. You take exam at any form, any format. Some language option also is there for PMP. They can choose a different language. But end of day, concept is same. So you write it online exam, you write it a center-based exam, same validity. Another question somebody asked me the other day, Shriram, if I write an exam now, and there is something certificate going to change in next 6 months, so will they tell that I'm invalid? I have to give the same answer what I repeat all the time. A doctor is a doctor anytime. I go for a surgery with a doctor who qualified 35 years back. I won't question him, did you qualify last year? Or what is your scores? Show me the arrears list. I will not ask them. A professional is a professional lifelong. For that reason only, they have 60 PDUs where you keep encouraging yourself to learn the subject. If you don't learn it, they'll tell you you're disqualified. They will invalidate your certification. I think you got the point. Whatever course changes, PMP keep on enabling, right? So that's why things keep moving on. Okay, Shama, that answers you. Aishwarya got a yes. Okay. Okay. One other question. Will validity change or any action need to be taken for the change happening after? I think I answered your question, Ken. Now, point here is yes, when 2021 comes in, they're going to release a new book. Once they release a new book, they will give some free webinars to listen. They ask you to read some subject. You will read it and get it. You don't need to go for certification. You will just enable it. See, once you know how to drive licensed car, you know, right? The for licensed LLR car will be there. Once you drive that car, you become a license holder. After you become a license holder, you try to drive all the type of cars. You drive heavy vehicles, you drive BMW, Ferrari, whatever you want you can drive. But the only thing is you have to learn it, how it's working. But you are a license holder. That's a message. Once you get the license, you can drive any vehicle. That's a point. Okay, one more question from demo. My friend have done Prince 2 and I was also thinking to do the same, but I have in mind to do PMP for sure. Good, go ahead. I too have a Prince 2 with me, but most of the time I don't put Prince 2 in front line because for some reason the value is not so appreciated in the market because of its exam credibility, but still it's a good subject. It has a good knowledge, good information in that. Still PMP is always above than all the stuff. SJ is asking, do the topic covered of a Six Sigma green black belt included in the PMP? I don't think you have to go for that, SJ. In PMP, it's talking about project management. In quality management, we will come a little bit on the quality parameters, but no need to talk Six Sigma inside PMP because Six Sigma is something different factor, right? That's not needed here, but you will talk little on quality. Sanil is asking, can we compare Prince 2 and PMP? I don't think we have to compare. It has its own value, right? It both has its own value. In the US, they drive on the right side. In UK, you drive on the left side. It's up to you which one you want to choose. But fortunately, PMP is the one recognized in 208 countries. You apply anywhere in the world, you get the PMP credit. But if I'm you, I will take the course both. I did PMP first, then I learned Prince 2, then I learned Scrum certification, right? I have a lot of certifications because I know these are valuable. I will not tell only one is good for me. Okay, that's the point. Nitish is asking, what will NE process to count 60 PDF from PMI? What will be a process to count? Okay, if I understand your question, how to get PDUs, right? PDU is something they call as professional development unit. Lot of webinars and videos will be there. You have to click and play, listen to it. What will happen is when you click and play, if you watch it here, the number is here. You will do this in your login. The moment you complete the video, automatically they add the numbers to you. They start deducting from 60, 58, 54, 53, 48. So you don't need to worry about it. All action taken. Okay, hope we got it. Mahesh is asking, will PMP help for IT infrastructure management? Yes, Mahesh, if you are leading towards a managerial leadership track in your IT infrastructure management. If you're going to be only a technical guy who working on the ground level and you don't want to go to the leadership or managerial track or as a lead, this may not be directly useful, but it will definitely help you. But when you are the manager leadership track, this is a must certificate for you. You have to go through. Okay, coming back to Shama, being a recruitment professional, how can I use PMP? Recruitment professionals, for you also it's a project, right? Let me talk about recruitment. Recruitment, it's not just you sit in a seat and get your people coming there. You all go to the college and recruit as a mass, or you have a plan of recruiting 15 people for one particular project. Now that itself a big project. See, let's consider going to the college and recruiting 25 people. It's a project. You have to plan for at least 2-3 weeks, allocate some fund for it, have a systematic approach, a third-party vendor will be involved. You do all this factor and go to the college, do the campus interview and recruit them and come back. It's a project. You have to handle that as a project. That itself a project. Your birthday party is a project, right? If that's the case, yes, anybody with a good experience and who want to go to the higher cadre, useful. Hope Shama, that answers you. Let me go to the next one. Nagendra is asking, if you do not renew certification, will the certification become invalid? Yes, on the date of renewal, at least 3 months before they start intimating to you. And if you don't do that, they'll give even 8 months of grace time after the date, but they'll keep intimating you. Still, you do beyond 8 months, they'll make it as invalid, where you have to rewrite the examination. Anybody worked so hard to get a certificate like this, I'm sure they will not leave it as it is. They will definitely renew it. Okay, let me take a few more questions and go back to the subject. I know a lot of questions coming up. I like you people asking questions, but some people here will tell, oh, too many questions, man. I want to listen to the subject. Okay, so what we'll do is we will listen to a couple of questions and get back. Oof, what happened? Your chat window is frozen. I'm pulling up your questions. By some reason, chat is frozen. Okay, by the way, are you able to see my screen? You guys are good to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hold on. I think something is wrong with the chat window. I couldn't expand it. Okay, I will see this way itself. It's so small font. Something is wrong with this chat. Okay, guys, hold on. I'm just doing it again. Share it. Share the screen. Chat window. There it works. That's great. Thank you for waiting there. Okay, let me attend a few more questions before I go to the subject. Did I miss some questions recently? My friend has done Prince 2. Okay, attend the question. Being a recruitment, Nagendra, if we do not renew, okay, answer it. Rajiv says the additional 60 hours ought to be taken after getting the PMP. Oh yeah, Rajiv, that's a good question. Only after getting a certificate, you have to work for 60 hours. So don't worry about that now. First get married, then think about buying a new home. Okay, that's not urgent now. So Satyanarayan is asking, any valid learning that I do after getting PMP, will that be added to PDU to extend the expiry while I still have the validity? Satyanarayan, I think you're asking that, can I learn anything valid? When you say valid, the PMI Institute should recognize your learning. That institute given certain list of things. That you can learn, right? I don't think you have to worry now. There are tons and tons of content. I don't think you guys have to worry about PDUs now. See, I'm seeing a lot of questions coming with PDUs. First, we have to focus on exam. That's a primary goal. After clearing this exam, automatically clouds will open. You will know how to renew your certificate, right? So I believe and I request you to focus more on the exam now, because PDU is part of your life. You'll automatically do it. But anybody who already done a PMP and sitting with me, I'm sure I'm happy to help you on that area. If not, I'll tell PDU is too much to worry now. Let's focus on first marriage, then buying a new home. Okay. So let's go to the stuff. Abdul, I have, if I have some PDU currently, can we use? See, again, same question. PDUs, don't worry, you can't use it now. Only after qualifying, you have to learn. Kindly understand the concept. After getting the PMP, they're expecting you to keep learning for 3 years. It is not, I got the PDU 3 years back, can I use it now? It won't work. You became a doctor. After becoming a doctor, every year you have to read. That's what they're trying to ask. Hope you got it, Abdul. Prabhu, for scheduling planning engineering, what is the value added based on PMP? I think you take schedule planning engineers. Any engineer, you're part of a project, right? You will not be top of the project, you'll be part of the project. You should know how the planning and scheduling system works. You should know how a project starts, how a project ends. When you know all the system, you definitely add value to your projects. If not, you'll be only going with the plan, what they say. Or one day you will come and sit on top of that, where scheduling planning team will report to you. So you should know end-to-end system. So definitely it's helpful for you, Prabhu. Completing project, it's PMP itself a project. That's good. Okay, quickly, a few more questions before I get back. Chandan is asking, will any training contribute to PDUs, or is it only for training available in PM Institute? Okay, well, last question for the PDU now. PDU is there in PMI websites. It's a free courses. You can listen to that. And some institutes also sell it for cost. You have to pay some money and get it. They do all the stuff there. And once you complete the PMP, the moment you do that, you start querying out, you will start getting a lot of details, right? So don't worry about PDUs now. Pack the PDUs, keep under your laptop and start focusing on the exam. PDUs you can get anytime. All right, great. Let's move. Okay, a few more questions. The large companies expect any management tools, hands-on experience. Okay, there's a question. Do I need to learn the tools? Yes, of course. You should know how the tool works. I don't want you to be an expert on that. I know all the shortcut key in the keyboard. That's not expected. You should know the concept. You should know how to use a tool. Let's learn MS Project. It like hardly 20 minutes to learn in YouTube how to use MS Project. Jira, hardly 10-15 minutes in YouTube. These all available in the YouTube channels or Udemy courses where you can learn just like that. Tools is good to learn, but no need to be so expert. Just know what it is. Sanal, one more question is coming from him. I'm working as a senior software engineer, developer, and I want to go for technical manager's side in next 3 years, okay, as my career goal. But I don't have any real-time management experience. So how will this PMP certificate will support for my career? Of course it will, because you are learning the concept and you're going to implement in your day-to-day life. Doesn't mean that I become a manager, then I'll read for the PMP. No, you can learn and become a project manager. When a person at the age of 21 come out from Harvard University and become a CEO of a company, we accept him as a CEO because coming from Harvard with the management studies, right? Did we question him? Do you have experience? We don't question him because we believe that he learned it. Same way, you're going to learn it and you're going to expose it. You got it. Megnath, I have 2 years experience and I applied for CAPM. How I get PMP? I think you should go with CAPM now, Megnath, because 3 years is needed for a PMP. You can't go now. So CAPM is good for you. Then you can promote to PMP later point after 2 years. Good there. Amandeep, I think guys I had to go with the course content. If not, we'll be only in the chat window. I have a lot of content to explain. I think you're trying to get all the answers in the first change chat. Okay. Let's part some questions. So as I proceed, you'll get some more content. Mahesh asked, I'm working as a ground level technical associate in IT infrastructure management. With 6 years experience, I want to work as a manager in the same. Okay, good, I got you. Good, got it. Sanal has a lot of questions. I'm a project planner or conduction, any schedule specialist courses. Okay, probably no, I'm not doing schedule courses. You learn first PMP. In PMP, you will learn about schedule management. That's very important, right? There, look at it. Good there. Good 20 minutes question session. Hope most of you got some content there. I know a lot of you ask questions. It's so natural you have questions. But for all these questions, I have more slides coming up. You made me to drink water. Good there. So now, I believe I have answered some of the basic questions, but commonly I find the question is, can I go for this? How to get the PDUs? And will it be useful for me? This is a common pattern, I saw that. When you ask, can I go for it? I will tell you, yes, you can. Anybody above 3 years of experience, you can go for it. It can be any domain, any job which you do now. Don't look only today. Look for next 5 years. PMP is a golden certificate with you, which is going to stay you lifelong. When you did your MBA or BE, I don't think you saw only that day. You saw your life. Did you? Most of you saw that, right? Your parents would have suggested you go for BE, go for MBBS, go for engineering, this, that. You saw life in that certificate. Why you are not seeing that in PMP? You have to see it that way. I'm sure you all Googled all this information, but still you want to listen from my words. So you ask the same question with me. I'm completely happy to do that. But at the same time, I'm saying that look the point of long term. Don't look today. Don't look today. Project management is a long term golden certificate. Start seeing more broad. You don't want to see you as a leader. You don't want to see you as a CEO of a company. Yes, you want to, right? You want to get a big salary. That's what the goal which we read. So in that case, it's a certificate for anybody who want to go to managerial leadership track, who want to succeed great in life, right? You have to do that. That's a point there. PDU points are common questions. Don't worry about PDUs. I'll be with you after PMP. I'll be guiding you. In fact, we'll also provide PDUs. So don't worry now. Just stay calm about PDUs, right? That we can worry about the exam part after exam. And next part, what I saw is, will this help me in my career? Yes, I think address the same thing. Yes, it will help anybody from any domain. It will definitely help you. For that, you have to stay in the subject, listen to it, observe it, digest it. It is not about this paper. Don't worry about this paper. This is just a paper. What you see in the screen now is a paper. This will not help you. How much you digested it, how much you present yourself, how much you contribute yourself, that's very important. Just with the paper, if you think you will get everything in your life, no. Anybody can make a duplicate out of it. How long did it take to make a duplicate like this? Just like that? They make it $1 can be duplicated. Why not this? Can be duplicated. But a person interviewing you will find you. If you sit in front of me for interview, will I drill you? I will drill you left and right with the PMP certificate, right? I can find you whether you did the certificate the last week or 5 years back. I can find it. That's very important. Learn the concept, right? That's very important. Okay, good. Was it a good session? You got some information. Shall we move on to the next stage? With your permission. Whoop. Great, good there. Okay, thanks for the patience for many people who didn't ask question, just waiting and watching out. Okay, let's go. By the way, what I do is, some more stuff coming up. One more question. Okay, one more question. Let me take this question and go for the next slide. Ramya is putting a question. I'm a consultant, DB admin, having 1340. It's been trying to management, have done CSM, ASM, to getting opportunity. Will it be good to go? Okay, good question, Ramya. I don't know whether you understood the concept of the whole management here. The management here looks out in any corporate a combination of information with you. None of the company says that we want only CSM qualified, we want only PMP qualified. They see what special you bring to the table. When I recruit Shriram to the company, will he able to handle the whole team? Will he can bring some more customer value to the market? How can this person do it? They don't bother whether you are PMP qualified, whether you are a CSM qualified, but if it's PMP, it adds value because it's international language. When you say PMP, it's international language. When you speak that language, people feel, oh good, this guy has a knowledge about it. So that way, PMP will take you to the interview room. And again, repeat it again. PMP will take you inside the interview room. There are 10 resumes as a bundle. In the 10 resume, if 2 people are PMP, that 2 resume will be picked up. You may be one of it. But what you do inside the interview room, up to you. That's your skill. There comes your interpersonal skills. How do you communicate? How do you sell yourself? How do you value? You can propose your value to the market. That's very important, right? Oh, Ramya got answers. Oop. I'm going to click next button after 25 minutes. Clicked it. Okay, good guys. Good guys. Let's go. Okay, now in PMP, a few topics I want to cover here. The topics is, before going there, next 30 minutes, you're going to get a break. So if you're anybody worried about the break, dinner, lunch, breakfast, hold on for 30 minutes. We're going to go for it. Okay, quickly, there are 5 domains covered in PMP books. What are the 5 domains? The 5 domains goes like this. This little girl shows really well. So if you have any project, I was given an example for the recruitment where these people have to plan accordingly, go to the college campus, recruit people and come back. I will consider that as a project, right? If let's take that example itself. Now you have to initiate this thought process of campus recruitment. And after that, last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, planning will happen. Who all will participate? How do we do that? How to bring in the vendor inside the system, right? How the college ranking system should be considered. All will be done that. But the execution will start after some time where people start traveling to the campus of the college and stay there for a few days and do on action. Execution is nothing but action, right? This is the pre-planning. If you question me, Shriram, will they plan everything and then go for action? I will say no. If you plan everything and go for it, it's called waterfall methodology. And still it is a more famous methodology in the market. I'm seeing many people say that waterfall, very old, yeah. But actually many big projects are done in a waterfall methodology. Still it is more valuable one. But what we're seeing in a PMP is we're going to see a combination of agile and we're going to see a combination of both predictive and adaptive nature. I'll explain in some time. So in planning, sometimes I'll get 30% of the requirement clearly. So I'll plan and make action. Sometimes I'll get 80% of the requirement clearly, right? So the requirement and the details can vary. We call it as predictive or adaptive nature. What is predictive adaptive? Predictive adaptive talks about predictive is something we are little aware in advance what we want. Let's take a college example. If this recruitment team is doing the recruitment in campus every year, they know what to do. They can go a little more predictive nature. They know how the college will be, what will happen. They can easily do that. But with the pandemic happen now, even the predictive nature will become an adaptive nature. After going to the college, you will find that there are more number of students to be recruited with the high scores, right? Can be some factors changing. Now the planning can be differing with the predictive and adaptive, which I'm going to talk a little detail and go inside. But for now, understand that planning differs. So this is a place where you decide is a waterfall methodology or something called adaptive nature, right? If you go to agile in sprint, every 10 days they plan, every 20 days they plan. They have a release pattern. So that's how they do certain things. So it differs for different industry, but at the end of the day, any industry in the world, only 2 things, predictive, adaptive. What is predictive? You know in advance what we want, you plan. Next one is adaptive. Adaptive is as I will get closer, I'll get more detail. So that's how we want. Now, when the thought process initiated, planning happened, action is happening. Now, somebody has to monitor it. Why we have to monitor? Let's take the campus interview. In campus interview, they made a plan. They have to recruit people that cut off above 87% or 8.7% marks. They have to recruit. The monitoring control is to watch out, are we falling within that cutoff? Are we going beyond that? It's nothing but a small monitoring. But that monitoring is very needed because based on that, only we made a plan. How many people we have to recruit, how much of time we have to spend in the college campus, all we did that. When everything goes well, you close the project, right? Anyway, I just pulled an example because somebody asked a question about recruitment. If not, any project will have a start, will have an end. We'll have a plan. The plan will differ, predictive, adaptive, but execution will go as per the plan. But when you do the execution, there are also some twist and turn will happen. Again, you adjust your plan and you keep monitoring is everything going well. And this is the pattern of project management or anything called management for the last 100 years or more than that, even more 1,000 years, right? So thousands of years, this is how we are doing project management. And the terms can change, the wordings can change, the percentage can change, but the concept is same. Let's take the PMP training, what you're coming here. You have an initiation of a thought process that you want to go for the PMP. Then you planned it. When you are planning, by the time Rahul or ShriLearning send an email to you, hey, there is a course coming, would you like to come in? Your plan and this course join together and you put a draft out of it. Still, you're not predictive, you're adaptive. Some of you here just to listen how Shriram is presenting, is it good? Can I continue the session? Or will I win the game? You are still in adaptive nature. You're planning, still you're planning, working out. Execution starts happening the moment you get ready for the exam and start working for it. Or at least if you say today is the first day you start listening, that's execution. And you keep monitoring yourself, am I going as per the plan? My plan is July 25th, I have to complete my PMP. Am I doing that? You keep monitoring yourself. When you complete the PMP day, you say certificate, Shriram, I achieved it, close the project, right? It's itself a project. Somebody said in the chat, I saw that PMP clearing itself a project. So you can quote anything in the world as a project. That's the reason I said anybody here, you can tell, yes, I did one or other form of project. A marriage function at home is a project. A birthday party is a project. But how do you understand it as a project is very important, right? Hope you're getting some knowledge there. And what I do is I'll show one more stuff and then I'll take you one more video. Before that, I'll go to one area, very interesting area. See, we know that there are 5 process groups. This is called as process groups, process domain. Now, these 5 are there for so many years to do the project. But this alone will not make you to do the project. You should have knowledge, some sense of information in a certain area. Before I go there, can somebody make a guess? This alone will not help you to do the project. Some more things are needed to do the project. Just make a guess. What are things you need to do a project? Let me see a chat window. Okay. Okay, Soumya is putting a question. That's at service sector. Let's go to different operations, Soumya. Not here now. Scope, stakeholder, knowledge areas. Very good. I can see most of you making answers correctly. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Good there. Good. Thanks for the answers. Let me move on. So Soumya is putting a question. Hey, you know what? After this, the project will go to operations team. Who will take care of it? But here in PMP books, you're talking about project initiation and project closing. You will not worry about the product life cycle. You understand? This is project life cycle. This is project life cycle. What is product life cycle? I'm going to talk in a few minutes. Let's wait until then. But for now, understand that this is not your game. It will go to different departments. It's called handover. We will hand over it, right? I'll come to that segment. Anyway, that's a good question. Let's keep moving. Okay, the next topic is 10 knowledge areas. I saw most of you answered it perfectly. Process group and knowledge area. Very good, man. My goodness. You guys are all ready for the PMP exams already. Huh? Okay, the little boy shows really well. The point is you should have knowledge in certain areas here. Okay, look at the screen and you will see most of the words you know, but some words will be new to you. Okay, tell me which word you see so new to you. I have 10 items here. Tell me, hey, this is new, man. I've not seen it. What is this? Anybody see some words new here? Okay, somebody says integration. Yeah. Procurement is new. Very good. Stakeholder is new. Okay. Integration. I'm saying majority comes to integration procurement. Very good. Good there. I appreciate your answers. Thanks for that. Let me quickly put the points there. Now, any project to do that, you should know the requirement of the project. That is called scope. Requirement, right? Requirement of the project. Schedule, the timeline of the project. The cost, how much of dollars needed. And these 3 are called as triple constraints. If anybody read the management books, you will know that they're called as a scope, schedule, and cost. If you touch one, other will shake. See, requirement, I wanted 12 features to be implemented. Software, non-software, whatever project, whatever it is, bridge construction, 12 features to be implemented. We thought it will take 11 months to complete, for which I'm expecting around $10,000 to be spent out. It's all assumption. When the work happens in execution, it goes well, good, bad, anything can happen. In between, customer comes and tells that, can you add 2 more features? The moment they say 2 more features, will it have impact on time and cost? Or can you squeeze it? Do anybody feel that they'll have an impact on the cost, time? Yeah, most of you saying yes. Most of you saying yes, right? So if I go by your words, most of you saying yes. So 11 months can change into 12 months. The cost can add another $3,000. I don't know what's the fact going to be. Can be. But the point here is, whenever you touch something out of these 3, other 2 will shake. It's called triple constraints. I'm going to talk constraints in a few minutes, but understand that this is called triple constraints. It's a very famous concept for so many decades. Okay. Now, apart from these 3 constraints, we have 3 more constraints. They're called as resource is a constraint. Whenever you see a resource, it talks about human resource, it talks about material, it talks about equipment. See, we have grown up in a world where whenever you say resource, your mind will go only human resource. No, resource comprise of all these 3. You should be as a leader understanding all these factors: how to handle human resource, how to handle material, how to handle equipment. Let's take the recruitment campus drive. It's human resource needed. They want 15 people for doing a first panel of interview. Material, yes, laptop, pamphlet, sheets, all needed. Equipments, they may carry some projectors, some stuff, all needed with them. Without this, they can't conduct a campus interview, right? Hey, sorry, man, I don't know who said recruitment. I'm keep drilling you there. But again, I thought that can be pulled up, right? By the way, I'll listen to you itself. So do you think you need a lot of this content when you go for the campus interview? Sorry, I forgot your name. Who said that about campus interview or recruitment at least? Let me listen. Did I forget the name of the person? Sorry, I missed your name. Shama. Okay. So do you think that you need all these resources when you go for the recruitment drive to the any colleges? You do that? Okay. Before he comes back, let me go back here. So you have a resource and you have something called quality is one of the constraint, and you have something called risk as a constraint. Now we have 3 more constraints being added, right? So now we have 3 as a triple constraint and 3 more constraints being added. Okay. Now coming back to the point, this is what we are going to learn in this PMP. Each segment by segment we're going to learn. Now some of them say that, Shriram, I see procurement as a new. If you see procurement as a new, I will call it as vendor management. Let's take this a training as a project. Next 5 weeks is as a project. In this project, who are the vendor? First of all, for your PMP project journey, I am a vendor to you. For me, Zoom is a vendor, right? So I have, you have 2 vendors. Now they also support for your project of getting PMP certified, right? So in that case, procurement talks about vendor management. How do you bring people inside? How do you bring material inside? How do you bring some service inside? If you're working in IT industry, you have Amazon Cloud Server, you have a Google Cloud, Google Email, Google Suite, a Microsoft Outlook. That's all vendor. You are doing with Symphony, Teams, whatever chat you use in corporate. That's all vendor. How they bring it, they pay license for it, right? Now let's talk about integration. Integration is putting this all stuff together is called integration. Now you will be in the center as a leader or as a manager who keep watch of all these factors and collaborate it and make the project move forward. Oh my goodness, Shriram, I have to do all this stuff. Yes, you will, but in a different proportion. Don't think you'll do everything in one day. It's a continuous process. You have a combination of managers and leaders with you who will do this. For example, for scoping part, we will have a business analyst working there. A senior business analyst will be reporting to you. Schedule and cost, you'll have some core engineers working on it. You can sit with them to understand what they do. Quality, you have a quality managers. Vendor management can be different team. Risk management can be different team. Stakeholder talks about all the people who involved in the project, right? Resource, you talk to a human resource department and recruitment department. Communication is nothing but setting apart. Now, this all can happen as a combination of things, right? That makes you to move forward. That's how the system works. By the way, this is a whole subject for next 5 weeks. I'm going to talk one by one. I'll take one chapter, explain this for at least 1 hour. I will talk few exam questions here. After talking about this, I'll go to the next topic. Again, we'll talk about it, exam questions, topic, and finally I'll put everything together. And last day we'll have one exam. I'll conduct it online like this to see how you are gaining knowledge there. And from there, I'll start guiding and helping you. Are you comfortable? Are you getting some knowledge about what is PMP so far? Great there. Good to see. Good. By the way, we are only in the first page of the book. You can open the book and smell a good book smell, right? New book. That's what you're doing. It's a 1,000-page book for information. If anybody's seen the PMP books, it's 1,000 page. right? And so heavy. If anybody missing your gym activity, you can take this PMP Pimbak book and do lifting. That's good for your body muscle. So heavy book, right? 976 pages, very heavy book. I'm going to do some exercise with that, and also good for sleeping. Anybody have a sleeping problem? You open the book, read 3 pages, 4th page before you open, your mouth will be open, eyes will be closed. So this is a format I was doing when I was preparing. And then I found that it's a better way of learning is listening to some sessions like this, getting some stories for the subject. It's very important. PMP, anybody can read, listening to LinkedIn videos, YouTube videos, it's good. I'm not saying not good, but have some stories. Stories will stay with you. Human civilization happened with stories. Those days, caveman talk about stories. They talk about the big animals and a cyclone or some stuff, and people listen to them. Human civilization totally came by story. So you love stories, you listen stories, you tell stories. So understand this whole project management concept as a story. When you understand that way, I'll tell you exam will be like this. And when you understand as a story, concept will stay with you lifelong. To be honest, I'm not a guy who can read line to line much faster. By the way, I'm a backbencher in my school days. I never cleared any exams in my school days, right? So I'm a guy who can't read line by line. I can read only by concepts. I can read only by pictures. So I'll tell you which book to read in some time. I'm going to talk about which book to read. I'm going to talk about how to prepare for the exam. I'm going to talk about what are the study plan, right? Few factors are coming up. So point here is, let's understand by concepts. Good then. So Aarti is saying that it took printout of the book, it's very heavy. Yeah, you need good strength. Let's move with that. Hey, by the way, let's play one video. There is a video which talks about project management. Okay, when the project management came into the world, I'm going to talk about it. Before that, I will give this stuff and again move to the area of video because we're going to get a break in next 10 minutes. What we have seen so far is we have seen 5 process groups. Just follow with me. This is one of the sheet. Watch out. Have a paper pencil next to you. This is a 5 process groups which I shared: executing, monitor and control, and closing. Very good. This is a good story. In order to do this 5 process groups or a life cycle, project life cycle, I should have knowledge in few areas. Okay, this is what I showed a color picture to you. Like a scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, communication, all going to happen. By the way, by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you will get an assignment. Your assignment will be like, you will write some of this stuff. I'll tell you later. You will write this in a white paper, at least for a few days. When you write it, it will stay in your mind very closely. I'm a person who believes that the more you write, the more it stays with you. Even though we read well, sometimes when you put in the paper, it connects you well. I was reading something about Albert Einstein's book, and he was talking about that. Until I write in a paper, I don't know what I'm thinking. I liked it. Until I write down a paper, I don't know what I am thinking, right? So when you put in a paper, it goes well. So I'm going to give you some writing work from Monday. So get ready with a bunch of papers and pencil, and let's do that. Okay, coming back to the story, let's talk the story and go for the break after this video as well. So now I said about the 5 process groups are here, 10 knowledge areas are here. Okay, so you know how to see this, man. So confusing here. Don't worry. It's the first day. Soon you'll get it. Now, 5 process groups are on the horizontal line. If you see the horizontal line, that's a 5 process groups. 10 knowledge areas are the vertical. Very good. Up to this, if you understand, so good. Integration is at top level. Your ultimate aim of leadership and management is how do you connect all these dots? I saw someone in the chat saying that connecting all the dots. In school days, we play a game, right? And they ask you to draw from 1, 2, 3, 4, 34, 35, 36, 45, 60. When you complete it, it looks like a frog. It looks like a flower. That is what integration management is. Connecting the dots. How do you connect the dots? That's what we're going to do in each process. I don't want to overload now. I will just leave it. There is something called 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas. To do a project effectively, you have 49 processes. I'll explain all a little slowly. We have a lot of time to learn. Why I'm going a little slow here is, many of you coming to the learning process after a decade. Some of you not learned anything the last 5-10 years, or don't even want to learn. Sitting for a class like this for 5 hours, 3 hours, it's not easy. I'll tell you, it's not easy. It's going to be very, very tough. First of all, I want to thank you for taking that effort, sitting in front of the computer and listening. Some of your family members don't believe you sitting in front of the computer and learning. They may think you're watching something in a Hotstar movie, right? So it's not easy to make learn. So let's not push things. Let's allow the brain to observe slowly. There is something called learning curve, which will slowly pick up. I will pick up by second, third week, the momentum will gather. So until then, let's be pretty slow. Because in this training room, I know some people are expert in PMP who already done a PMP. I know some people are so new, baby steps. So let us address both the people, right? So I'll go in the middle where explaining top level people and also someone learning new, right? So don't hesitate or tell me that, Shriram, this is going very high. Please somewhere stop here, right? That can happen. Yeah, that's good. By the way, if anybody feel that my pronunciation or my way of explaining is not clear, let me know. I can slow down because I have people from different country with a different language. And if you feel my English pronunciation is not good, you're not getting me, please let me know. Okay. Can I get a yes or good if everything you're able to follow with me? Okay.
Yes.
Good. Oh, good. Okay, that's great. Let's go on. Let's go on. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Great. I can see you are observing. You know what? I wouldn't keep on asking you. You have to tell yes. It's a way to make you alert. If not, what will happen is you will tend to get distracted. I'm believing you are away from mobile and television. I believe you very much. Okay, 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas. I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just leaving it as it is. And I'm going to take you to a video. Post the video, we're going to take a break. That this video is picked up to tell about when the project management started in the world, right? So can someone tell me or make a guess when actually the project management would have started? To give a clue, if you know, there is something called Gantt chart. Have anybody heard about Gantt chart? If you heard about it, this came in
Yes.
yeah, thank you. If you heard about it, is from 1917, it was there. Okay, in 1917, there's a person called Henry Gantt. He was asked to come out of the battleship in US by the World War time, war timing, right? So within the short duration, within the time, within the budget, he was able to come out of 3 or 4 battleship, not a paper ship. Okay, battleship. It's not easy. By the time he brought out something called as a Gantt chart. That was the first time human beings started seeing something in the rows and columns. Nowadays, Excel sheet is so easy for us, right? We'll open it, put a milk packet, didn't come, paper didn't come. For that, we use Excel sheet. Those days, people don't know how to put a rows and columns format. That time, Gantt chart came in, number of people and number of activities to be done in a sequential way. He made a very systematic timeline of approach. Maybe it was there with some other people, but Henry Gantt introduced to the market. And from there, the Gantt chart came in the market. So project management, can we call 100 years old if it is 1917? Or can you go a little more back? Okay, I'm getting yes from few people. Let me surprise you. Let's go a little more back. The project management, they're assuming that 4,500 years old. What? Are you kidding me? Right, it is 4,500 years old. Of course, Ashwin is saying Ramayana is there, where the bridge construction is there, still evidence is there. But still, there are some constructions or project which is considered as a proof of project management. One of that is pyramid, Egypt pyramid. Yes, you heard it right, Egypt pyramid. Pyramid has a documentation. What is documentation? Do they follow Jira tickets? Do they have an Excel Word document? No. They have a painting system. They paint on the wall of what all work happened. They did a very systematic approach what you are learning today, which happened 4,500 years ago. So somebody from here can ask me, Shriram, in my country, I have some monuments which is done so many years back. Why you're not considering that? Maybe, but the documentation is not very clear or maybe destroyed. But the pyramid has a clear documentation of how they did that. So let's listen to this video before you go for the break. And quickly for the people here, I want to tell you what all I have next for you. I have few factors here. I want to talk about your study stuff. I want to talk about which book to read, how to approach the exam. I want to talk about the plans which is going to change from PMI. And again, I want to talk about the exam stuff. How many questions, how to attend, what are the frequently asked questions. these tasks we are having. So I will expect you to wait post the break where you have to catch up all this stuff. So quickly, we'll go to the video where I want to show the history of project management.
As if something were calling.
Wait, let me check. Audio is coming. You should get the audio. Let's listen to this video with audio now.
A voice from the past, like some sort of inherited memory.
Okay, there are a few more stuffs about different projects, but I just thought of bringing this to you. By the way, if you see these concepts, you may be surprised that it's not new, right? Some of you feel that, oh man, is it this many years old, right? It's something like so broader and so much ancient thing which we are doing now. Don't think you're so new to the industry, what you're learning. What you're learning is, it's something, a part of it. Maybe we are a dust in the whole system. If it's a 4,500 years, imagine where we are. We're somewhere, nowhere in that area, right? So good then. So we have a lot of stuff coming up in the sense, I have a bunch of things to explain about the exam stuff, and I would explain about the PMP main area. There is something called portfolio management, program management, PMO is coming up, and I have to talk about something called EEF and OPA. It's all on the way. Why till all this stuff is, go refresh yourself, and we're going to take a 20 minutes break. which is good for a refreshment, and come back. The system will be on. I'll put a timer here. You can see the timer and you can plan accordingly, and come back and we'll continue this session. Are you good to go for a break? Are you comfortable for a break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great, good there. Yep. Take a quick break of 20 minutes and come back and we'll connect soon. Thanks for being here for the first session, first block of the session. I appreciate it. Okay, we are back. I believe we all are back there. Let's get connected. Yeah. Okay, I see most of you back there. I can see a few of the names there. Good to see you all. Hope some of you had your breakfast, lunch, dinner, some of in the middle of the night. I know Ashwin is middle of the night. I know some of you from Malaysia, it's also middle of the night. Okay, this time it's so hard to have any food there. But still, catch up some stuff to stay active, right? That's very important. At least have some water bottle next to you to take a sip of it. Good then, shall we proceed? If we have everyone around there. I think we have a bunch of people there. Let's proceed. Okay, good. So first half of the session, we spent time learning some of the basic ingredients of PMP and some of the market condition. Spoke about 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas, and 49 processes. What I can do is quickly I will share a whiteboard to show the story of how the project works. Of course, we're going to talk a lot about this going forward, but for now, just give a clue of it. By the way, are you able to see my whiteboard screen, which I shared now? Okay, great, good there. Good there, and let's proceed. Let's proceed. Good there, thank you. Thanks for confirming. So now, just give a clue of it before I go to the next stage of explanations. The first 1 or 2 days, it will be a lot of ground setting, and then only we'll get to the main game. I don't want to push immediately because you need some digestion time, right? You can't consume something so fast, or it will take time. So let's give time and make it happen. So this is a story here between people here. This is a customer. Okay, I'm sorry about my bad art. I'm not a good sketch guy. So there is salesperson. Okay, this is customer and this is a salesperson. There is always someone there to buy something in the market. Always there is someone to sell in the market. Last thousands of years. Okay, it's not new. Even though it may call it as Amazon, Flipkart, cash system, card system, barter system. Okay, all are same concept. Same. The way of buying and selling has been changed, but at the end of the day, it's a buyer and seller. 2 people are always there. Now, there is someone who's looking for something in the market. That's called customer. And there is someone who's always there to sell something in the market. Both the guys meet each other. When this communication happens, they go to a deal, telling that, hey, you know what? I have something to give to you. Hey, you know what? I want something from you. When this both happens and they sign something, and in fact, when the sales team communicates and they feel the customer going to buy it, they'll bring another person that is called as a CEO of a company, if it's a big deal. If not, they can bring someone called a director of the company, or they can bring a portfolio manager of the company, or sometimes the project manager of the company, depending on the company size they bring in. It can be any domain. Don't relate to only a particular domain. It's any domain. This is a situation, right? When they bring it, they have something called when everybody both goes well, both these parties says that, hey, good, let's go on, let's do that, and that's called SOW. If you heard about this term, it's called statement of work. Okay, I'm sure some of you would have heard this term SOW, statement of work, or SLA, or contract, or agreement. Different naming convention, but here we'll use SOW, statement of work. That is telling that, hey, you know what, I want this. Okay, fine. When you want it, I want this timeline. Good. So it may have a time inside, it may have a cost inside, it may have some high level requirement of what they want. Some details will be there. Usually it will be 2-3 pages or 4 pages, right? Some annexed document also can be there, which will explain a lot of content. It's also possible. So let's go with a very vanilla case where SOW comes in. Now, when the SOW comes in, this will get passed to a set of people. That people can be called as project managers. You and me will be here. Okay. Oh, Sriram, after doing PMP, I won't become CEO. You can become CEO. But when we learn project management, you learn in this dimension. So you and me may be here as a project manager. Now, what will happen is the SOW coming inside. Now the work is going to start. How the work will start? You have to start collecting all the factors. We call it as 9 knowledge areas, which talks about the requirement, which talks about the timeline, which talks about the cost, quality, risk. It all goes through. It's a set of continuous activity. Don't think it will happen overnight. It will take time. Rotation will happen. When this is happening, there is another party which is called as your core team. Core team, the team which does the work. They are the one who develop things. By the way, develop is a word. It is very common for any domain and industry. But what happens is the development team, mostly the people from IT, they take very seriously. Development means it is IT. No, anything development. A bridge is a development. Stage 1 to stage 2 is a development. So development is something moving from stage to stage. So whenever I talk PMP here, I'll talk across all the domain. So don't take it specifically 1 or 2 domain. It can be any domain. Whenever I use the word domain, it could be of any industry. That's what I mean domain. Now the core team people will pull out these plans, whatever it is given here, and they start doing the work. Work will happen. When the work happen, simultaneously keep watching that everything is going good. When the work happens, it will become as a deliverable. Okay. Deliverable comes out. The same guy who gave you the requirement, the guy will come up here, or their representative. I'm just telling that but some representative will come. They will check the deliverable. It is called as UAT. If you heard about user acceptance testing. Anybody heard about UAT in your projects? UAT stands for user acceptance testing, or your company will have its own term. Okay, I'm just telling you a term. A lot of other terms also there. So now UAT happens. The customer agrees. Hey, good man, this is what I want. Once you feel it is good, what will happen is you will release it to the customer. Customer takes it and go home happily, and they close the project or phase. What do you mean by that? Project means maybe the SOW overall you completed in one release, the project will be closed. If not, one phase will be closed, or we call it as interim deliverables. If you take a bridge construction will go for 7 years or 5 years. So every phase they'll tell you completed phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, right? In India, if you watch out, a lot of metro train work is going on. Every city has it because a lot of funding is coming towards it, and a lot of builders, many people get a job, politicians get money, name, fame, multiple reasons. Okay, I can't tell one reason, multiple reasons. So now it will go by phases. If you watch a metro construction in your city, it will go by phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, right? Every phase release is called as a deliverable, interim deliverable. Here, the customer will be something a government segment. They'll come and check it and then take the trains or running tracks. Why I want to put this story is, I'm not talking very deep, I'm talking very high level. Primarily, you have to understand that there is a layer above your head who decides the profit, revenue, when the project is going out to the market. The project is coming inside is in different layer. The project going out is in different layer. Where you and me sit here. Yeah, you and... Hey, sorry, I'm getting some voice there. Are you asking some question or is it going out? Okay, hope that's good there. Okay, great. Thanks for getting into mute. So now what happened is, this is the area which you are going to work in PMP. You're going to see how the work comes in from that point till deliverable point, what you're going to do. That's what you're going to learn in whole PMP. But Shriram, will I get other ideas also? Yes, you will come to know what it is. You will come to know what it is here. That's fine, but that's not your role. Your role stays as a project manager to take a work, run the game, hand over to the next team. It's something like a relay race in Olympics. You carry the baton from this point to this point. Before this, who carried it? I know it, but I don't too much worry about it because there are people to care about it. And again, after this, who will care? He called operations team. They will care about it. You shouldn't care about it, right? If you care from this point to this point, it's called product life cycle, right? Product life cycle means the starting point to the end point. Anyway, I have a few slides to talk about it. Just want to give a clue for you where your learning is coming up, right? But again, then Shriram, how do I learn this stuff, man? You can learn it. There are a lot of ways of learning. In fact, the program management certification talks about this, where you talk at a higher level. But still, I'm going to give some clues on that, just for the understanding purpose. Okay, that's a little understanding. What we'll do is with this, we'll get there. Let me quickly check the attendance. People are there. Okay, I'm seeing most of you there. I'm trusting you. You're all attending and looking at the session clearly. And you're also having a paper pencil next to you. And you have a Lay's chips packet next to you. That's very important, right? To listening well. Somewhere in middle of the night, so chances are you may need it. Brennan is asking a question. Was the PIP, Project Implementation Plan, or PLP, Project Management Lifecycle Process at the bottom is blue? At the bottom in blue. You can go for that, Brent. You're right in the point. They call us implementation plan, which also stays with the project team. The project team should implement the implementation plan successfully, make it to the production or the customer availability, and we have to stay with them for weeks or months to make it as a stable. Then we will hand over to the operations team to handle it. We cannot abruptly give them come out. We have to hand over properly. What you do is right. Project implementation plan, project management lifecycle process. Yes, we do that and hand over and move from there. Hope you're getting the answer. Right. Okay, that's good. Let's get to the slides part. Where is it? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Where is my slide? Here is my slide. Okay, back here. Good then. Let's go one by one. I think I'm going to surprise you with some questions now. Yeah, there is a question. Let's put this question together and let's see what's the answer coming up. I want everyone to participate, involve, read every word carefully and answer. I'm just watching all your answers. Good. Okay. Okay, that's a good sign there. I can see most of you are really aware of what is management all about. Good, man. That's really good. Okay, I don't see not even one wrong answer. Ooh, great. Good job there. Okay, first of all, let's understand this question, what they're asking here. I know it's a single line question, but there are some meaning behind that. Which of the following is not a responsibility? In PMP, they use the word not, just to twist your brain, and responsibility, okay, of a project manager. Okay, what are the responsibilities? Managing stakeholder expectations, of course, is a responsibility. You have to manage all the stakeholders. Stakeholders means what? The people who involve directly or indirectly in the project. I'll talk more when you go to stakeholder management. For now, understand set of people. Managing project constraints. Oh my goodness. How many constraints we have in the project management? Do anybody know that? I said some number of constraints. 3 plus. 3 plus. Some say 9 constraints. Oh, some say 8, 4, 3.
Triple constraint plus 3.
Yeah, it's 6 constraints. If for your surprise, 6 constraints. What are they? A triangle I said. Scope, schedule, cost. Scope, schedule, cost. Triple constraint. Apart from that, risk is a constraint. Resource is a constraint. Quality is a constraint. Yes, we keep on saying constraint. What do you mean by constraint? See, these are things which can make good and bad for the project. It can be an obstacle, it can be an advantage. But you have to handle it carefully. You are recruited as a project manager with the millions of dollars. I know they didn't give you, but they will give you. Believe me, there are managers who earn huge amount of money when they handle it very effectively. See, anybody who does a good job, company happy to pay them, man, because you're going to save millions of dollars for them when you do the proper risk management, resource management. Okay, that's a point. I'll come a little later to that. So 6 constraints. It's a very important role of managers. See, some of people thinking that manager means getting to a promotion role and send a mail with for your information and cancel the leave for some people, right? If you think that, that is a bad manager you see in your life. A manager does lot of job. I'm going to tell a lot in the PMP course. You'll be surprised. Wow, I love this, man. I want to be here. It's a so amazing thing a manager role is. A lot of stuff there. So gathering product requirements. Of course, you can ask me, Shriram, do I gather the requirement? You may not, but you take a responsibility. That's a point, right? Responsibility. Sponsoring the project. This is not the role of the manager, right? So I feel everybody made the right choice. So let's see the answers also. The sponsor is a person who pays for the project. The project manager does not usually play that role. But there are chances manager and sponsor can be the same guy. Maybe, but we're not seeing that dimension in PMP exams. Sorry. Let's go. Good for the answers. Now let's go to the main area. The area which talks about the books to read. I'm seeing your chat windows, scope, schedule, cost, risk, resource quality. Good, that's good. Ravi, correct. Very good. Good, guys. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's go to the books. Okay, this is $1 million question. Everybody asks me, Shriram, how many books to read? How many times to read? Let me try to explain now. What are the books, first of all, available in the market? There are a lot of books available, but some books are so prominent and good. One of the book is called PMBOK, which is released by PMI. The institute itself released a book. And this book is not for exam. Really? Then why they release a book? It's a body of knowledge which is useful for any manager in the world, any domain. They can refer this book and get some knowledge, like an encyclopedia for project management. It's not for exam. It is for an encyclopedia. Every college or library will have this book. Every big corporates will have this book. So they're going for exam? No, they just keep it in the library. Anybody come, take a paper and read it. How stakeholder is done, how cost is done. So this book is meant for library purpose, meant for encyclopedia, covering all the dots of the project management. So that's the first message to you. So if that's the case, can I read it for an exam? Of course you can. You can read. Now that's a good book to read, but the language used here is a little higher. Somebody coming with a different background or lesser of experience, you will be little struggling here in this area. So Shriram, I'm a very new man, I'm amateur. I just into management. I'm not a good guy, you know. I sit in a school last row, that too on a holiday, I'll sit in the last row. What do you do on a working day? I don't go to school at all. If you are such a guy, then I would ask you to go for Head First PMP. This book is derived from this main book, and they have a pictorial representation. If you are a person like me who sit in the last row in school days and you don't like to read a lot of text, and your brain will not work always 100%, then you can go for this book called Head First PMP, which talks on a pictorial representation. They explain really well. You love the stories. Small stories will be there. Every chapter will have some chapter questions also, which you would love to read. Okay, this is one other good book we can listen to. Right. Okay, somebody's putting which edition. Okay, I think those things are here. If not, I'll explain later. Maybe 13, 14, 4. It should be latest in the market, Sujit. You don't worry about it, man. You don't have old editions or new editions will be there. Cassette's 4th edition, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so that's one book which is good in the market. Right. Now, what is next? PMBOK is one, high level. Head First is at the low level. Now, in the middle, there is something. The middle something is called Rita Mulkai 9th edition. This book is also available in the market. See, I'll tell you, all the 3 books are Google available. You can Google can get it. Anybody can get the book. Now, this book speciality is it's also derived from the same, but this book is so much exam oriented. If your exam target is the next 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, just read this book, follow the rules and steps, you will clear the exam. This book also has a good amount of questions. That is, when I say questions, each chapter, when I say 10 chapters, if you have 10 knowledge areas, each will have questions. You can practice it and clear the examination. Okay, this is about the books. Now the question is, Shriram, do I need to read this 2 times, read this 2 times, read this 4 times? Shall I do that? I read it on internet, somebody read it 15 times. I read it here, somebody said you have to read upside down. Lot of suggestions are there. Don't go by all the suggestions. Evaluate yourself by listening the class. Stay with me for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. After that, you decide what is your capability. Some of you answering really well. I post some questions here, 2-3 questions. I saw most of you answering well. It means your knowledge is good. You are not from the ground 0. You are already in ground 14, top level. You have to grow from here. You're not growing from here, right? Your brain is already progressing or processing on management skills. So wait for some time and analyze and decide. Don't go by internet suggestions. Internet suggestions differ. A person 3 years experience will talk something. A person 34 years experience will written a blog. A 34 years experience guy will tell that I read the book only once, I cleared the exam. His experience is amazing. Anybody coming from a US or a UK or a China, they have a lot of projects originating. They know project end to end. They start from initiation, they go up to closing. If you are coming like a country where I am, you do only execution. I'll be honest here, I'm doing most of the process execution. At least now I'm doing a lot of end to end. But earlier days, I remember I was working in a Fortune 12 company. Most of the time it will be execution. I don't know who planned it. I don't know who set the timeline. I don't know when it is going to go. Who is going to use it? I don't know anything. I will do only execution. After staying in the same company for 3 years, I'll be promoted as manager. After 4 years, I'll become a program manager. Then I'll become a portfolio manager without knowing anything about all the circle. Right? So if that's a problem, these guys come and write a blog, then you'll be in trouble. Right? So don't go by blog. Don't get driven by people on their own thing. First, you judge on your own. So wait for these classes for 2-3 weeks. Stay with me. Understand the concept. 3rd week, you get a grip of the stuff. Then I'll come back this book and tell you again. So don't judge now. But one thing I will tell you is, if you are a poor reader from school days, I will recommend this book. If you're an amazing English reader, go for this book. Exam oriented, go for this book. Then what you are doing here, Shriram? Okay, I have a material, and this material is an extraction from all these guys. Okay, I have to give some essence. So that essence is here in ShriLearning material, which you will get as a part of the course. And also one thing interesting you will get from this team is you will get a study plan, which I'm going to explain in a few minutes. This is very vital, which you won't get anywhere here, because that is a common book. Here, once you enroll for this course, what will happen is I will check out with you on certain factors. After checking out, I will draft a plan for you. You have to just print the sheet, put on your wall, and start following the plan. Exactly, if you say that date you will be PMP qualified. That's it. Done. So this reason you have to read the material what this has been given here based on your understanding, and then plan is very important, which I will draft with you. I'm sure a lot of questions will be here. Let me open up for you. If any questions here, you're free to speak up. No need to even type, you can talk also. Okay, Syed is saying, oh my God, Soumya, you put big questions on me. I don't know when I'll read and complete your question. Okay, Syed says, PMP book now, they had 7th edition. Oh, really, Syed? You have to read the book again. We have only 6th edition. 7th edition is coming next year, not at planned. Okay, Abhijit is asking, will you provide any books? Yes, you will get some books from us, part of the program, Abhijit. That's a main important thing. Anyway, I have a question here, so Soumya, let me read it. Please, guys, give me some 10-15 seconds. What are the prerequisites to appear for PMP exam? As per PME-ORG, 3 years experience, 35 hours of training. Please correct me if I'm wrong. There are any other prerequisite? Will we get a 35 hours training certificate after completing? Good. Very easy question, Soumya. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your question. I like the way you put the question, a very clear question. I like it. Okay, your points are correct. 3 years experience, yes, needed. 35 hours of training, that's what you're going to get out of this program. And again, you have to fill the application with your experience in detail. And that's a complicated area. Many people are scared. Oh my goodness, how to fill it? Don't worry, that's my responsibility. I will sit with you and work for you personally. We will connect at the phone, mobile, Zoom calls. I will sit with you to fill your application form, each one individually. So just forget this eligibility part. You're above than 3 years, just join the course, start learning. The rest all taken care by me. It's me. Okay, don't worry, I'll take care of it. That's my responsibility, but you're eligible. Soumya, that will answer you. Any other questions on the books? Any other questions on the books? If not, let's move to the next one. Usually in the books, a lot of questions will come. Oh my goodness, which book to read? Okay, now let's go to the next stage. Oh my God, some question coming up, man. Okay, there's a question from Satya Narayanan. Yes, ShriLearning material alone will help to clear the exam. Possible, but again, it depends on the experience also. If you're so much premature on the market, definitely you'll read some other books also. But if you're a much experienced person, or are you understanding the way I'm explaining? If you love the stories, what I'm telling you, just close your eyes, listen to the stories, practice some questions, go play the exam. Enough. But if you're very premature, you have to learn those factors also. Okay, that's a question. It's subjective, Satya Narayanan. Okay, yeah, Priya is asking, online link from other countries, please. Online link from other countries, please. Sorry, Priya, I didn't get your question. Will there be tool and techniques provided to apply the knowledge areas? Yeah, there are a lot of tools, Ashwin. That's what you're going to learn. But when you ask tools, if you're talking about some of the software tools and tools, no, that's not part of the program. See, this PMP books covers how the management works with some of the tools and techniques. That is part of the program. But they don't encourage to tell that go and use MS Project, go and use Jira. That's our responsibility. We have to choose accordingly. That's a message. Okay, one more question. I believe you have shared an email with materials. Is that all of it, or should I expect anything outside? Yeah, we shared a lot of material to you. You have to read and complete that material. That itself will take another 8 years. That much of material they would have given you. And that's more than enough. Oh, for purchasing the books, don't worry, Priya, that's our responsibility. You'll get all the books. When you enroll the program, we will work out on all the materials for you. Don't worry about stuff. See, don't worry about the material, form filling, and the preparation plans. Everything is with us. Only thing you have to do is sit in front of the computers, learn without distraction. Anybody reach me, I'll talk to them. Can you spend at least 1.5 to 2 hours per day without distraction? Then you are good to go for the course, right? Okay, I did receive an email on material you talked about. Priya, I think you should get it. The team should be working for you. Once you enroll in the program, they'll start working one by one. Everybody should get the material. If you don't get the material, I'll request a support team to help you out. You should get it. No worries. Okay, all will be on your way. Good there. Let's move on. Team, please help Priya for the material. That'll be good for her. Okay, good. Let's go. You're talking about the subject. Talking about the subject of what is going to come in the exam. That's a very important part. Okay, one more question here. Will you be giving the tips on how to study the learn process? ITTOs. Yeah, Ravi, we'll talk about it. ITTOs, it's a very important area, but at the same time, there's a way of approaching it. Let's go a little inside. Then we'll talk about ITTOs. Yes, we'll talk about it. It's part of the program. Good. Okay, the PMP program, what happened is the exam is planned like this. We have 5 process groups, and out of that exam question to come. So out of the exam is, we have a total 200 questions in the exam. In 200 questions, they are divided by segments. For example, when you start a project initiating in that topic, they're going to question you 13%. Okay, out of 100, 13%, how many questions will come? Can somebody help me? Out of 200 questions, 13% will become 26.
26.
Yeah, 26 questions. Okay, 26 questions will come. The same way, if you move on, if you say planning, they're going to throw you 24 questions. Sorry, 24%, which is around 48 questions.
48.
Yeah, the highest area is execution. This is the highest area. This is the area mostly Asian countries attract the project, because this is the place you spend more resource, more amount of time, money. This is the reason India gets a lot of project, China gets, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, all these people get project because of this reason, right? Also cost factor is there. Anyway, the COVID is going to change the world dynamics very soon, but still you can see that this is the main area. It has around 62% of 62 question examination. See, I'll tell you, when you read PMP, you will start seeing the world in a different dimension. You will not be the same guy who keep on blaming the politics. You will start seeing something new. So monitoring control is a different segment, and closing the project, it's 7%, which is around 14 questions. By the way, if you put all this percentage together, it comes 200 questions. By the way, Sriram, in exam, will they tell me this question is from this segment, this question is from closing? Will they tell me? No. 200 questions will be mix of all questions. You have to answer. That's the point. Okay, so there is no point in that. Now let's go to the next segment. What happened is, this is a new agenda plan for the exams. It was supposed to be there from July 1st. What is we are now? We are in May, right? Yeah, May. June or July, it should be launched. Because of the pandemic, PMI Institute pushed the date to Jan 2nd, 2021. This is going to follow the book called PMBOK, 6th edition. This is going to follow the book called PMBOK, 6th edition. Hey, Sriram, what is this? You're telling the same book for both the concept? Yes. Book is same, but the way of asking question going to change. Many people got confused. Oh man, subject is changing. Will it be valid? Can I wait and write the exam Jan 2? You wait and write, but you have to read the same book only. So no change in the book. Only the question way is going to change. Instead of putting this, they're going to put this way. And little more agile flavor going to come inside. That's the message. All they call it as a adaptive nature. That's going to come inside. So book is same, question pattern is going to change, but it's so early for you to talk about it. This is on January 2nd, 2021. Almost 6-7 months are there. By the time we'll be done with your exam. Right, good then. Now let's move to the next stages. There are some questions coming up on the passing mark, which is very important. Let's go. Where is my clear window? Okay, any questions in this area before I go to the next segment? How many attempts are allowed? How many pass mark? Okay, since you guys asked, I want to go to other screen and talk about it. Let me open up the question here. Okay, now what happened is, out of 200 questions, 25 questions are called pre-test question. Pre-test. What is pre-test? They use it for research purpose. Who use it for? PMI Institute. In this 200 questions, 25 questions will be plotted here and there. You don't know which question is that. They use it for research. What do you mean by research? You are the testing rat in the lab. They'll give you this 25 questions and see how people are answering. If you answer it easily, they will remove it from the exam. If you struggle to answer, that's a question, man. Keep it for next exam also. That's how they plan it. So this 25 questions will be used on you to see how people are answering. Okay, why I should know about this? There is no point whether you know about this 25 questions or you don't know about 25 questions. Doesn't matter. You have to write 200 questions. Your marks are evaluated for 175 questions, but you don't even know which 25 question is called pre-test questions. First of all, this information itself not needed for you, right? But since somebody put in the chat, I have to explain it. If not, it is not at all needed. It's not going to help you anyway. It's an information from PMI Institute, because PMI goes by the word honesty. They don't want to do anything hidden agenda. They want to be very transparent. So they're telling that out of 225 questions are pre-test questions. But for you, no use on that, right? But you have to answer all the questions. This point should be clear for some people around there, right? Okay, some of you asked about 175 questions. I think you got the message. You don't even think about it. Just forget the topic. Such thing exists for you. Because for your 200 questions, you have to answer. Because you don't know which is 25 questions that questions are, right? So don't worry about that topic. Come out of that topic. Let's go to the next question. How much I need to score? Okay, how much I need to score is a good question. Now what happened is PMI Institute kept it as a very secret agenda. What is a pass mark? Till now, nobody knows what's the passing mark of PMP. Ooh, no pass mark? Then how do I know? When you write the exam, when you complete the exam, they will tell, congratulations, you are PMP qualified. That's it. That's it, right? No pass mark. But they use something called grading system. I'm going to show that in a couple of screens later. But since people ask, I'll tell you, there is something called above target. In school, it is there, right? Some of the CBSE grade schools you'll have above target. Then you have something called target. Then you got something called below target. Then you have something called needs improvement. Okay, these are some grade system. They'll give grades for you. Grades against what? For each one, they'll give grade. Here they'll give you above target. Here they'll give you below target. Here they'll give you need improvement. Like this, they'll give as a combination. You will be called as pass. Shriram, can you tell me what is a combination? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Now somebody has to crack the PMI server. Then only we'll know what basis they do this stuff. Right? There is no combination. But with my experience, I can tell you some points. The points are like this. If you are in target in this 3 area, chances are you will clear the exam. This 3 area. The 3 area talks about planning, execution, controlling. In this area, if you are in target, each one respectively target, chances are you will clear the exam. Even if you get need improvement here, even if you get below target here, you are safe. Because these 3 are heavyweight champions. Look at the questions point here, 24, 31, 25, almost all the questions. So there is no average passing. The passing is something should be good in this 3 area. On my assumption, out of 200 questions, if you touch 140 questions correctly, you may clear the exam. So which is something worth 70% if you score. Assumption, nobody knows. I'm just assuming it. So I have some pattern of preparing you for the examination, which I will start working you as you get ready for the exam. For now, you don't need to worry about it. So once you complete the reading the subject, the moment I will start sitting with you for a study plan, and I'll watch you closely to see how you're scoring in the practice test which I give you. In the practice test, we'll evaluate and start working out on the areas where you have to improve. By my experience and practice, I know which area to improve, which area exam question can come better. So you ask me, Shriram, do you know all the stuff? I don't know all the stuff, but sometimes my instincts work correctly. If I tell this area will come, the area will be attacked and you may clear the exam faster. This is what is happening, right? So for the people who want to know about the scoring scripts, there is no scoring stuff here. They'll just tell you, congratulations, you cleared PMP. That's it. Good there. Let me see some other questions. I know this area is a little dark area. Oh, shakes, man, no mark. Okay. How many attempts allowed? Oh my goodness, that's a good question. How come you asked this question Priya in the middle of the night? Huh? I thought you were in sleeping mode, but you're very active. Okay. Now the question is how many attempts? Now after you pay the exam fee, in fact, you fill the form and apply for it, they give you 1 year validity to write exams. I mean, after application is, after your application is approved, you get 1 year to write the exam. In the 1 year of timeline, application process, after which they'll give 1 year of time. In this 1 year of time, 3 attempts allowed. 3 attempts. Wow, if I pay fees 1, they'll give 3 times? Oof. This is not an amusement park. You pay fee once and go to all the rides multiple times. No. 1 exam, 1 fee, 1 time. Attempt 1, you're gone. For example, Attempt 2, again you have to pay the exam fee. Attempt 3, again you have to pay the exam fee. Attempt 4, they'll come and tell you, thanks for attending 3 times. Go home, sleep well, read for 1 more year, and then come to PMI. Until then, don't even think about PMI. They'll tell and ask you to go home. This is a pattern they follow, right? But to my knowledge, I never allowed anybody to go beyond this. First attempt, one shot, you clear the exam. That's with me. And that's the reason you have come for these classes. I know a lot of PMP institutes in the market, why you have to come to me. The message here is one shot, done. How to do that? That's a game I'm going to work with you, right? And I'll be closely watching out where you're weak, where you're good. If you're not good, I'll be upfront on your face. You're not good, wait. Don't apply for the exam. Because you're applying for exam, you have to pay a fee of $555. I'm just giving the higher end. $555 in Indian money should be around 40K. I don't want you to pay this fee until I say go. How do you say go? I'll give you some practice tests. In the practice test, I'll watch your scores. Once the scores are good, then only I'll say go, then pay the fee. Until then, don't ever pay the fee. Hold on, right? If I say go, you go to the exam and 100% you will clear the exam. That's it. Okay, a few more questions coming up. Let me see that. Negative marking. There is no negative marking, Akshay. What are the frequency of exam conducted by PMI? PMI conducts exam every day. Anyway, I'll go to some more slides. I have some more slides to talk about it. Okay, Priya says no. I think she's very active. Sujit, police. Why your ID so Sujit police, man? You're policing me. Oh, I'm scared now. Ramesh says exam fee. Exam fee is a $555. I believe I have a slide. If not, it's a $555 exam fee, non-member. Raju, is it me or everyone had the last minute audio blank? Is it? Is it? Is it? Hey, is my audio is bad or my throat is bad? No, good then. Okay, maybe something network glitch there. I know. For me, something can go wrong because I have 2 internet connectivity. If one goes, other will come up. Maybe 2-3 minutes. You guys have to wait. If not, it should be good. Oh, that's all good. So you will help until we are ready for the exam. Yes, Sal, until you are ready for exam, but I will not come to your exam hall. That's your role. And Sujit police, family background from police, so surname become police. Oh my God, Sujit, that's amazing, man. I never seen a person having police name as police as surname. God, should we pay 48K in INR? 42, I don't think it's 40, Priya. It's something of $555. You are from Malaysia, right? Why do you think about Indian money? Think about the USD, $555. That's what is happening. Okay, guys, let's move to the next one. If not, we won't cross the screen. Okay, I'll go to the next screen and explain some more factors. Okay, good then. It's 9:30. We have 1 more hour to go for the session. Here is a screen which I want to explain you. Since many of you blocked me with the question, I can't move. I have to stay there. Okay. Okay, coming here. Questions, 200 questions, 4 hours. First of all, I explain these factors. Until April 14, 2020, exam can be taken only in the center-based exam. That is, you have to go to the center, sit like this and write the exam. It's actual, this is how it will be exam hall. This is how it will write. You'll give a computer, a camera will be here, it will keep on tracking you for the 4 hours of program. Till April 14. April 15, 2020, PMI opened telling that we can go for the online exam. Ooh. So I can sit and write at home? Yes. With your computer, you can sit and write the exam with set of rules are there. I'll explain that. So 2 ways of writing exam. By the way, this is too early for you because you have to prepare for your exam first. No need to talk too much of exam, but still you have to know about the end goal, right? If not, game doesn't look interesting. So 200 questions, 4 hours you have to write the exam. I want to explain this a target, right? I said about above target, below, needs improvement. There's a combination here. As I said a little early, there is no marking system. End of day, you will get pass or another word which I don't want to tell. I don't use it. Okay. In our case, it's always only pass. Okay. Now, online exam. At present, mostly online exam is happening. No center base is happening because of the reason you know really well. Now, online, how they're doing from April 15, I'm seeing many people started clearing. I'm sure some of you would have watched me in my LinkedIn post. Some of the people posting thing about the success in online exam. Just to give a clue about it, if not, go to YouTube. In YouTube, just type ShriLearning without space. Type ShriLearning. You will see a lot of videos. Okay. In this video, there are some candidates who really took the exam online, have explained it clearly. I have made an interview with them. Search in YouTube, you will get a lot of videos. You can listen to that, but still I'll explain some factors here. Right. Right. So now what happens is you will get an exam question like this. In online exam, they'll give first 89 questions to you. You will answer this question, complete it, and is submitted. Once you submit it, they'll give you 10 minutes break. In this 10 minutes, you can go out, refresh yourself, and come back. This 10 minutes, it's not counted in 4 hours. I'll repeat again. This 10 minutes is not counted, so it's free. This was not there when I went for examination. When you go to sit for 4 hours is your time. If you go out and come in, you lose 5-6 minutes. It's up to you. Now, recently they introduced 10 minutes break. Very good. Once you come back and open the laptop again, or laptop will be always running on, they'll give you another 111 questions, which you have to take. All together, you will do in 4 hours of time, plus this 10 minutes of break. This break is not mandatory. It's up to you. If you feel, hey, I don't want a break, you can continue the next set of exam. By the way, I like this concept because of which many people are clearing the exam. When we went for exam, or at least I did the exam, 200 questions will be at one shot. Exhaustive. You'll be tired. Whereas this concept is good. They're giving 89, they close it. After that, they give a break. Then they ask for another 11 questions. I like this concept. I don't know whether because of this, but I'm seeing many people are clearing exam. Check. A lot of PMP coming up in the market. Right? That's happening. And also I'm hearing that once the COVID is done, the center opens, they're going to introduce the same in the center also. So that's a message. Before I move, there are some chat windows. I'll see the message. Some people are talking about question bank here. Amandeep, Rahul explaining. Okay, question bank, lot of stuff is there, man. Don't worry about it. Ganesh, one who already scheduled exam in center can change in online. Yes, you can. Anytime you can change it without cost. Now it's free. Earlier days they used to charge you if you change timeline. Now they're not charging, make it free. Soumya is putting a question. Can we reattempt to change the option we selected after answering? Yeah, we can change it, right? When you choose an answer, A, B, C, D, and until this 4 hours, you have all the rights to play with that question. Any number of time you can play. You can do anything, you can do review, anything you can do. 4 hours, you can play as much you want. No questions on that. Shama is asking, if we attempt any question, but after some time you want to change answer, can we? Yes, same question, I believe. Soumya and Shama, you can play. And after all, it's your money, man. You have given $555. Oh my God. If you give me this money, I will give you all the answers also. By the way, the point is, that's not the message here. The message is 4 hours you're going to sit and do all the stuff, and it's up to you within this 200 questions what all you want to do. Right? It's up to you. And they have a system of review button. Review. They have a button called review in a question. You can tick it. If you put a tick mark for that question, it will pop up when you close your exam so that you can see the question again. Am I correctly answered or not? If you don't answer it, then also the question will be submitted to the exam, but you won't get any answers mark. Rather, choose any answer. Anyway, these all I'll explain when you get close to the exam, not now. I don't think you have to worry about this now. This and PDU don't need to worry much about, but again, just understanding for you. Sudhakar is putting some question. Could you cover the FAPLAX question 2? Challenges with system. I'm coming there. Nitesh, what will be time for the 89? There is no timing, Nitesh. It's up to you. If you want to write 89 questions for 4 hours, yes, you can. How early you complete is better for you. Approximately in 1 hour, 40 minutes, if you complete it, you will get another bunch of time here, right? If not, you lose all your time here itself, right? Hardly you get another 2 hours or 20 minutes you get here. Right? That's how it goes. So it's good to do lesser time here and major time here. Aishwarya is putting a question. Once you complete session 1 also, we can change the answer in session 1 in session 2. Aishwarya, you look so clever. PMI is one step clever than us. So they say that if they're giving a break, right? In this break, you will go out and find the answer and come back. Then PMI we have to say no. PMI is little clever than us. So they say the moment you submit it, it is logged. Logged. Right? That's a message. Hope you got it. PMI is clever, man. Come on, guys. They are running the institute for the last 50 years. Before you and me born, they're running the institute. Okay, good. Thanks. That's a good question, Aishwarya. Whether it's not allowed. Okay, they are putting a question. When you take the PMP, will you also receive the Agile PMP certification as well, or is a second? Is a second exam? Oh no, it's a wrong assumption. When you take a PMP, it's only a PMP certificate. When you want to go for Agile, there is another course which you have to prepare for it. I think I explained a little early in the classes. There is something called PMI ACP. PMI ACP. Agile Certified Practitioner. You have to go for these classes. I think as I was saying that we are going to open the session where you have to sit with me for 24 hours of learning. Then you have to go for the exam, right? That's a different certificate. Hope you got that. Agile is 21 hours of study. Yeah, that's a point. Okay, other question. I believe that once you have finished the 18 question and go to the next section, you are not allowed to come back. Okay, yeah, you answer Aishwarya's question. Soumya is asking, I wanted to confirm if the 18 questions be locked after the break in this method. Yes, same. Yeah, locked. Hey, come on, guys. They won't allow it, man. If not, we guys will keep quiet. Imagine. In school days, I remember, I don't know whether how many of you did it. In school days, we used to do. There'll be choose the best answers. So we have to call the guy who's good in the classroom. What's the answer for question number 5? So you'll give 2. 2 means A and B. B. Okay. So we do this, right? 1, 2, 2, 2, do all this stuff in school days. Come on, guys. Same like you and me are the guy who is sitting the president of PMI Institute. Do you think they'll allow all this stuff? They're so clever, man. Okay. Some more question. What if I don't take a break? Will I be able to edit all questions? Oh, see another question. What if I don't take a break? Can I edit the question? If you don't take a break, it's up to you. You can control the washroom break for 4 hours. They don't bother. So they don't allow you. Good guys, crazy questions, man. Whether I like the questions, okay? I know it's a common questions coming up in the market. Let's go to FAQ. Good there. Good there. Good there. Okay, FAQ. What is the pass score? I think we spoke about this only grading system here. Only thing you get in an exam hall is 4 hours you write with the laptop, something like the same way you do it. And when you come to the 4th hour, it will tell you cleared. Now, how the exam happens is, you look at this lady, she's working, right? To the camera, they will keep watching you. Who will watch you? There will be one invigilator in other part of the world. You don't know who is that. You can't see them, but they will see you. They can hear the voice also. So you cannot read the question louder. If you read the question louder, it means you're doing some malpractice. It means you are reading the question, she is reading the question, somebody behind this laptop or computer trying to give an answer to her. So they will disqualify you from the exam. That much strict they do when you're at home. You have to take your laptop or camera, rotate the room and show if everything is good there, right? And I mean, no material of PMP is available on the desk, no paper pencil on the desk, no other laptop, no devices allowed. But they allow you to have a mobile, not on the table, could be far away. Why? Because to address this problem. If there is a machine crash or internet down or power supply down, you will be losing the connection. Quickly, they will call on the mobile. You can take the call and tell the problem. If the problem is genuine, your exam will start from the place where you left. That same timing will be given to you. If the problem is not genuine, maybe you get disqualified or you have to redo the exam again, right? But this never happens because people have generally laptop, or they connect the machine with the UPS, or they have an internet connection with the UPS. Sometimes they use a different both internet connections also. Worst case it happens. If not, it doesn't happen. Right? It's all good. Okay, I know some more questions can come in this area. Let me see the chat window. Paper pencil is not allowed. So police not allowed. I'll call you police when I like it. Okay, police not allowed with the paper pencil. This is one of the drawback. When we go to center-based exam, they allowed us with the paper pencil. But now they're saying that they're giving a white screen, like what I use in Zoom. In that you have to write. I'm not sure how many of you comfortable writing there, but that's a rule so far. And I'm hearing that the same rule is going to be applied on center-based exam also. Calculations, yeah, they'll give a, in this screen, you will have a clock running here. The clock will be ticking on your time, and in the bottom you will have a system calculator. See, this is a PMI application. The PMI application, once you start, it will take control of your computer. It won't allow you to do anything. You cannot Google it. You cannot see any other screen. It will be totally blocked. This camera and mic also in their control. You can't switch off the camera. You can't switch off the mic. Everything will be in control. And there will be a small calculator here given by PMI application. You click it, a calculator will come here. There you can do the workout. That's how it works. In exam, hardly you'll get 2 to 4 questions in mathematics. Some people get only 1 question. So don't worry too much about mathematics. Okay. Okay, good there. Any other questions in this area before we move on? Lot of information flowing right over the head. Bhaskar is putting a question. What if we use office laptop that has restrictions to tell remotely? That's it. You can't do it. See, within 2-3 days before the exam, you do a test run. They allow that 2-3 days before or 1 week before, you do a test run. In fact, even now it will be there. If you go to the website, they have a testing. You click that, it will tell your camera is working, mic is working, your application is good to load. They do a full trial run, then only they go for the exam. They don't directly go for exam. So if you have a problem with the office laptop, don't use it. That's all. Okay, great. That Mahendran has did it. Good, Mahendra. Thanks for that confirming. Good. Shall we move on? By the way, this is how the exam center will be. Almost the same format. They will have a headphones here. This is for noise reduction. It will be there. It's the same format, but don't expect these girls will be sitting there. No, they're gone long back. Okay, let's go. Sharma is putting another question. I missed the part about the mathematics. How many mathematics questions should we expect? 2, 3, 4. If you are on a worst day, 8 questions. That's it. In fact, the maths is so good. You will get the easy timeline saving there. Okay, I'm going to move the next slide. I believe most of you got the exam stuff, but I'll tell you this we can talk more as you get close to the exam. For now, it's so early to talk all this stuff. Okay, but I don't want to keep in the dark room, so I'm trying to explain all this stuff. Oh, it's now time to ask you a question. Go ahead. Yes, Ramesh. Which of the following is not true about interpersonal team skills? Not true. Motivation means helping team members to get why they want the project. Influencing means sharing power with the people to get something done. Conflict management means finding positive solution to conflict. Coaching is helping your team to get more exercise. Okay, something looks alien out of all this 4. That alien should be the answer. Let's see how many of you chosen it. I can see A and C fluctuating. Some people are given D also. Some given B. Oh my goodness. This question I'm seeing 4 variety of answers. Yeah, God. Okay, large stuff there. Let's see the answer. A should be the answer. Okay, read the justification given in the answer. Coaching is really about helping your team member. Okay, a team member to get better at what they do. Anything you do to challenge them to develop their skills. But look at the definition given here. Coaching means helping your team to get more exercise. It's something kind of, which of the following is not true? They're asking not true. See, motivation explanation given properly, influencing given properly, conflict management given properly. But coaching should be like helping a team members to get better on what they are, not just by giving more exercise, right? So the definition itself looks a little wrong there. I think people with the C, D, B agree that A should be the answer. If you read it again, motivation as one of the term explained, influencing is a term explained, conflict management is explained, right? Coaching is kind of helping people. That's a very important point. It's not about exercise. I believe most of you agree. Okay, that's pretty much on this answer part. Let's go a little more deep. Okay, let's listen from you. Now I'm going to listen to you. You're free to open up your mic and speak. When I say project, what comes to your mind?
Something as a definite pattern and something as an end product.
End product. Very good. Okay.
Hello, Hitesh here.
Nitesh?
Yeah, project is a set of work which need to be completed.
Very good. Very good.
It could be, we can say it's something which has a definite start and end date.
Okay, right.
It's a
So
process.
in the same way, it
Something
will
to
be
create unit.
to close. Nagendra.
Ah,
It's kind of temporary endeavor where we create something as an end product or service or whatever that will be
right,
helpful for users.
right. Amandeep saying deliverables, Lekha says set up process, Ramesh says project could reach a destination.
Satisfy the customer needs.
So, fine. Okay, one other ask. Do you think a project is restricted to only specific domain? Only construction, software, only they do projects?
No.
No.
Okay. The
No.
moment you get the answer no, your brain started thinking broader, right? So that's the first basics. Yeah, now kindly please get to mute mode. Thanks for the answers.
Sir, one more thing I want to add. It is like a unique service or thing that we need to add in project.
Yes, you are right. That's a definition
Yes,
of
sir.
it in the PMBOK book. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
In the definition. Thanks, sir. Okay, Bhaskar says project is a set of tasks with a defined start and end date with a budget scope, right? Shri is saying no when I ask for that question. Good there. Dial says take project from idea to delivery of service. Very good. Well said. Soumya says work with a definite timeline, right? But timeline can also be flexible. Okay, Vishal says a project is a temporary endeavor which is a specific timeline. Okay, good. Home says any activity or a group of activities which has a defined. I think you guys are going so deep, man. I believe you'll write PMP exam next 1 week. The way you guys are explaining look like you read the book already fully. Deliver to the expectations. God's sake, I'm taking classes to the experts, yeah. Whew. I should be careful enough. Okay. So point here is a project is the moment you say that it is not specific to one domain or one place, you are broader thinking in that segment. If your friends are coming to your home and you're planning for a party, I will call it as a project. You know who all coming in as a stakeholders. You made a communication thought, call them, WhatsApp them, Facebook them, and make them come there. You buy a lot of materials. Maybe you want to buy some liquor, you want to buy food items, party, DJ as a third party comes in. A lot of risk is there. Your friends can make some party fun and they can jump from the building, get into the swimming pool, spoil the place. Risk is there, cost is there, time is there. Everything's there, right? So now project is something so broader. How broad it is depending on a customer's expectation. A project can be 1 day, 1 hour, 5 years, 20 years, like Egypt pyramid. Egypt pyramid, I think you saw the video, they said 20 years. There can be a project within 1 day, close it. Take the morning, close it out. Let's take this PMP learning as a project. I'm in training. It's a 5 weeks project for you. It's not easy to sit listen every day, right? You have to be prepared for it. You have to tell your family members, keep quiet, keep your volume of television down, don't disturb me when the class is going on. A lot of things you have to do, communication track. Okay, Vamsi is saying project has a different start time and end time, very good. Abhinav says series of tasks needed to be completed. Shubham says it's a sequence of well-designed and planned series of defined activities. Desires timeline and desires also very good, man. I think a lot of learning is there. Good, happy to see amazing knowledge here. I don't feel people are starting from the project learning. You are at least good level. But I know that some of you are so silent here before maybe you want to listen or you are ready to start. So don't worry, I will address people with a new knowledge, people with expertise. I'm going to address both the people. Don't feel bad that I'm leaving out, right? So let's go to the project understanding. We have another 35 minutes to close the session. Before 35 minutes, we'll address certain factor. And I'm going to show one video about what is project and what is the project awards with the PMI gives, right? We will do that for next 35 minutes and learn some stuff. Let's start seeing the projects. This particular picture, I would try to explain what all I want to put as a project here. Whenever a project comes in, I always start talking about the predictive nature and adaptive nature, right? Predictive, the English word, you know that it's going to be purely plan driven. We know at least 80% of the work I'm aware. I will not get 100%. It's so hard, impossible. At least 80% I will know. What is adaptive? I'll go by 20% knowledge I got it. Rest I will get later. Hey Sriram, what do you mean by that, man? 80% means they plan everything ahead? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's the reason I put a building here. Do anybody seen this building before? Is it an apartment? Is it a school, college, shopping mall? What is this? This building is in Dubai, Burj Khalifa. Great, good. Most of you got it. The most tallest building, the tallest building in the world now. So what I picked up the building. Now this building, I will not tell it is an adaptive nature. I cannot tell them that go agile guys, let's do sprint planning 10 days before complete the project. It won't work. This project should go predictive nature. They have to be plan driven. For this project, they would have done at least 1 year planning. I'm just telling lesser time. This change during the later stage of the project is going to be expensive. See, after doing all this stuff, now Sheikh Abdullah comes and tells that, hey, put a helipad here. I want to get landed here. Sheikhs, man, you didn't talk about this. If you tell it now, I have to change all the plan. We didn't do this building structure that way. Of course, everybody will be there. I'm just telling that. So 80% of the content will be aware of in advance. In advance, I'm just giving 80, maybe sometimes 70, 60, 50, differs, right? But the majority stuff will be available. Most of you saying Burj Khalifa perfectly. That's right. Great. Thanks for that. So now it's one of the biggest projects. I'm telling that it can be some bridge construction at your hometown. It could be a software development for a banking system. See, software means not always adaptive, man. There are some projects from banking system. They're aware of it. Migration projects, migration from hard assets to cloud. I see last 2-3 years, most of the companies are moving on migration projects, on-prem servers to the cloud server for the IT guys. It's all predictive. I don't see much of adaptive. It's a very clear lift and shift. Take the software, put it here, right? But you inside you'll work in agile way. But we know what is the start, what is the end in advance, right? Anyway, I'll come to the topic a little later. So some people keep telling that, Sriram, you know what? World has changed, man. Everything's agile. I have to tell them that after reading all the books of agile stuff, I'm telling that there are projects which cannot be done that way. Some projects are predictive nature. You have to be aware of it, right? And at the same time, world is moving towards this direction of adaptive way. Some area, not all the area. In some area, I will tell software is one of the area which is doable in this format, which is called adaptive nature. Rapid changes are possible. A customer asks every day something, yeah. The Zoom, for 1 month back, they have security problem. They have to fix it. Within 5-6 days, they got a Zoom version 5.0. You fixed. You got a new software running now. Nobody has any complaint now. In this building, within 5-6 days, I don't know what I can fix. I can't even take a cement pack from here to top in 5 days if I don't have a lift system working. So it depends on the model of the project. You have to understand which is predictive, which is adaptive. 2 weeks iteration, iterative, incremental. I'm going to explain all this stuff. Now tell me, a birthday party is a predictive or adaptive nature? Let's listen from you. Whether it's a long time you celebrate a birthday party. Okay, what is it? Is it a predictive or adaptive nature? Predictive, adaptive. I'm getting mix of answers. Predictive, adaptive, adaptive. Okay. Okay. I think I'm getting mix of answers. It's true. Mix of answers is correct. See, sometime we can go predictive nature of the party, which we know everything in advance. Imagine a little one is here. Maybe my daughter says that, no, dad, I don't like this cake. Can you change it to this particular Black Forest cake? She cries loud. Oh man, as a parent, we don't want a kid to cry for the cake. After all, it's their birthday. What I have to do? I have to be in adaptive nature. I have to tell it's okay, keep it in the refrigerator, buy another one immediately. Adaptive nature. I'm just throwing an example. So it can be mix of both, right? Can happen. I'm just telling, can happen, possible. Okay, somebody says adaptive and predictive mix. Sometime adaptive if we get uncalled guest. Yeah, chances are Priya, that's right. Satya says party is predictive and things happen over there is adaptive. Okay. Mohan says my birthday is predictive, wife birthday is adaptive. Oh my goodness. Mohan, I believe you are safe at home. Okay. Okay, good there. Good there. A lot of messages. But software coming up, most of the software industry goes into adaptive nature because the nature of the work is like that. I am doing a train and bus tickets booking system, and it will be so adaptive because after customer using it for 2 weeks, they give a feedback comment telling that, you know what, whenever I want to book for a senior citizen, I'm not getting an option to choose an age above 100. What? You have somebody above 100? Oh, come on, guys. In my family, people solidly be above 100. I don't have see that option in that. You have an age limit of 99. What to do? Change it immediately next release. I have to release it in the next 3 days. I have to release, I have to satisfy that customer. I'm just giving an example. Something like this software keep developing continuously. It's possible. In software, it is possible. Why? We have version 1, version 2, version 3. I cannot tell Burj Khalifa version 1, Burj Khalifa version 2, Burj Khalifa version 3. It won't work. We should know what is predictive, what is adaptive. And I see many people blindly start blaming waterfall is not working, this is not working, agile is world. No, it's a wrong assumption. We are working in a way of both happening here. But now when you go to the world of interviews or jobs, they will not ask for this concept. They will ask you to talk both together. They call it as hybrid model. What is hybrid model, Shriram? Do we have a certification for this? No, not needed. Hybrid is you should think about how to bring both together. Like somebody said now, right? My birthday is predictive, wife birthday is adaptive. Okay, something like that. You should know what is happening in your industry and try to adapt accordingly. And somebody said that the birthday, when all are planned, it's good. When something happens without our plan, it's going to be adaptive nature. So that's a thought process market is looking for. How good you educate yourself to be hybrid model is very important. I'm keep telling again, none of the company says that we want only this method knowledge from you. Any company says that what is a combination of knowledge you can give on the table, which can win our business. See, if every company is going to follow the same format, then you cannot see the Fortune top 100. It will be always even, right? You have Fortune 1, Fortune 2, Fortune 3, how it's happening? There are people like you and me working in Fortune 1 company to have some hybrid model running. And then that model comes out after 5-10 years to the market and people feel, wow, that's great. I'm not sure how many of you seen the video of listen about Toyota being one of the topmost guy. Toyota's secret came out after so many decades, and they say they follow the lean system. What is the lean system? Reducing wastage in the process of any work. How do they reduce it? There are a lot of ways of doing that. And that is the process they expect. For that, something called a Tai Chi Hono, he was the one doing all the stuff. Now, point is what you bring to the table. That's important, right? Okay, that's a little knowledge on the predictive adaptive. By the way, can someone tell me on the travel stuff, is it predictive or adaptive? Predictive, adaptive, travel, both predictive, depends. After all this explanation, now I'm getting both, hybrid. Hybrid, right? I'll tell you, these days, I feel many people are so predictive in travel. By the way, you have to forget travel for next 1 or 2 years. No travel is going to happen. But now, see, I see many people, they feel travel means so much planning. I see some people plan their car from home to airport, air tickets well planned, hotel well planned, from the hotel to car planned, in hotel what food to eat all planned. Then they go for the travel, take a lot of pictures, post in WhatsApp, Facebook, get a lot of likes and come back. I don't think this kind of travel you remember in your life. You'll forget it. There should be a travel where you miss the flight, your passport lost, and some crazy stuff happen on the travel. That travel stays in your mind lifelong. Do anybody here who have such kind of things? You feel, oh my goodness, I can forget it. What if I get cancelled? COVID quarantine unplanned. Is this meeting recording is available for us? Udaya, we are discussing some important stuff. You know, we are asking recording of meeting is available. Amazing question. Anyway, Uday, for you, the recording is going. It will be shared to everyone. Don't worry. Okay, the point is, I was checking out how many of you think that travel should be not too much of predictive. It should be some kind of adaptive. And that makes you to remember things in your life, right? You shouldn't be too much of stuff. Anyway, I agree with most of you. You said both can happen. But again, some people I feel more sophisticated these days. They want everything AC car, AC flight. Without AC, there is a flight? I don't think so. So AC flight, AC train, AC staff, AC room, this food, this stuff, all of stuff. I don't think we have a fun in that. Fun should be something happen there, like a movie, like a Hangover. Something should happen and feel that stuff. Right, good there. Now coming back to the point, like these are the model of projects which you see in this world. Why I want to show you all this variety here is, don't get stuck with your corporate life where you see that this is 4 people whom you work with, that's project, that's life. I want you to come out of that and start thinking a little broader. Why? Tomorrow you can change your company. Tomorrow you can change your domain. With the PMP, there is an opportunity, you can switch domain. It's true. After qualifying to PMP, you get eligibility to handle any project. Even I can go and apply for Burj Khalifa related projects, telling that, you know what, I'm a PMP qualified. Where do you come from? I'm an IT industry guy for 18 years of experience, but I know project management end to end. Can you give me a job? We will give you, but how much domain knowledge you have? I'm sorry, I'm zero on that. Then no job for you. This is what will happen. Now, why I put the point here is, if I am so much passionate about building construction from my childhood, for some reason I went to IT industry, but I'm learning the project management now, but I want to go back to my passion, I can go back. Don't change a domain just because you want to change. If you have a passion towards some domain, you already know the domain really well. Now with PMP, you can jump the job immediately. So coming back to the same point, when you learn any degree, any certification, learn domain as well. If you don't learn the domain, you will not be in the hitting edge. So tough for you. So please learn domain also. Okay, before we go to the next slide, some questions I'm seeing that. If it is professional travel, it should be predictive, but holiday adaptive. Okay, got it, Nitesh. So initially it is predictive, then it is adaptive. At the point you have issues are required to make a change in the plan. Got there. Thanks for the answers. Great. Let's move. Let's move. We have 20 minutes to go for the session. Where is my mouse? Where is my mouse? Here's my mouse. Okay, the iterative and incremental model, I just want to explain to you. Some of you would have seen this in your corporate life, in the projects. Iterative talks about how you keep reviewing and improving the process as a whole, right? Iteratively work out continuously. Incremental is you start giving packets of a deliverable, some finished stuff starts coming up. Now, how do you do that? If you plus this together, that's going to be called as an agile way. What is agile way? Agile way is you do iterative plus incremental. That is continuously got improving and also giving small packet of deliverable to the customer. See, there are days gone where you have to wait for all the work to be completed, then hand over to the customer. This is how it was early days, all to be completed. There is a reason behind this, because those days the transportation was not so fast like what we do now. Maybe physical transportation and also virtual and digital transportation. The network speed is not so fast. How many of you remember the 54 kbps modem, which will start with a sound? Have you heard the sounds? If you start that internet, my mom will kick me from there. That the internet will connect well only in the middle of the night. I will start this internet to learn something, and the sound will be craziest sound. It will wake up everybody at home. Okay, this is how the speed was those days. So in those days, you cannot talk about as an incremental deliverable every day giving some output. It won't work. These days, what? They're giving a speed of 1 GB, 2 GB per second speed. Now Amazon can release product every week, right? So I won't tell anything is wrong which our elderly people or senior people did. They did a good job with the facility what they had. We are doing good job what we have. Your son and daughter will come and make a fun of what you did, right? So when I look back all this stuff, I get one message here is something which you deliver faster to the customer, it's as a reach in these current days. That's what the iterative incremental. No question on this point in examination. I just want to give you a clue of what is iterative incremental. But in the last week, I'm going to talk about agile. I have few topics there to cover, which will help you to answer a few questions in the examination. That's how it is. By the way, quick stats here. How many of you think that agile is a different bird in the world? I mean, how many of you here don't know what is agile? Anush, okay. Okay, many are coming up. Many are coming. Okay, many are coming. Anyway, in the down the line, another 5-6 years, everybody will got the knowledge. But for me, now you stay with me on the weeks going forward. I'll add more flavor for it, right? Okay, I know the little. Okay, and then we are born agile and we work on inspect and adapt. My God, Akshay says we're born agile. Oh God. Daya says know the term but don't know how to apply it. Okay, don't worry. See, agile is not a. Thank God it's raining heavily, man. I can see the window, water flowing out. Good, that happy to see. Now, see, the point is, agile is not a so complicated stuff. Okay, it's a very simple stuff. It's a concept. It's a mindset. Serve customer as early as possible. Listen to the customer carefully. Right? These are the basic terms they explain in agile. Agile is not so complicated. Maybe it went to the IT people, so they do too much. Don't worry about the IT guys; they always show too much. Okay, I'm also from IT industry. IT people always say, the way they explain is so complicated. Actually, nothing is there. It's a very simple term. Okay. By the way, agile is good for IT primarily because IT is not a project at all properly. It's a chota project. If you consider the project like Burj Khalifa, bridge construction, or massive stuff happening, those are called projects. I sometimes tell some people, IT will fight with me. I'll tell that IT is not so complicated. It's okay. Anybody can do it. Anybody with little knowledge can do that. But to do a project like construction or a medical pharma or a doctor surgery and some more other complications are there, like ISRO rocket launch or NASA rocket launch, or handling a pandemic like this, or polio eradication all over the world, AIDS eradication all over the world. These are the most complicated projects in the world. So complicated, right? Whereas software is so doable, so doable. But that's the reason they adopted a simple method to do that. They don't want to go to complicated method. The complicated method is something like what we do for the massive construction. The PMP attempts both. They mix both and attempt it. So IT looks so fancy because the money flow is very high there. The fancy is very high there. But if not, to my experience in 18 years, I'll tell you, it is okay. Anybody can do it. With 3 months of learning, you can do it. But other projects, I feel it's not. I was working with some of the guys in oil rig. Oil rig, you know that, they drill oil from the particular ocean. Those are the projects, man, you can't even think the risk factor happens, sir. You cannot think about the climatical problems, situations happening. It's so much complicated. It's not easy, right? Okay, anyway, that's good. For information, CJ is this group from XXRO. That's great. Good to know. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the information. Okay, teaching is a project. Yeah, that's good. Good then. Let's move on. So what I want to do, I want to show you a project, award-winning project. So what we're going to do now is, stay with me. I'm going to show something on a video. Are you good for the video? Siva says oil and gas is more complicated. Yeah, I know, and it's very complicated. After seeing all those projects, I felt that, thank God, I'm in a safe project. For this itself, very tired. Yeah, working in laptop for 8 hours, very tired. You have to go and see the oil rig project where they get to the level. Oh my God, you'll feel shakes, man. My work is nothing. Okay, quickly we'll see one project. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a video. I have few videos. These are the videos of the winning projects in the world. Hey, Shriram, what is a winning project, man? So you have failure projects also? Yes. There are a lot of projects fail in this world. Let's understand that stuff before I go there. Can somebody make a guess how many percentage of projects succeed in the world? Just average number. Can somebody give a clue or a guess? How many percentage of projects succeed in the world? CJ Bhaskar, you are the one from ISRO. Great, Bhaskar. And we have 20, 15, 60, 35. Oh my goodness, some people are so brutal, man, putting less than 5. Okay, good numbers coming up. Great. I will just put a number. This number comes out from the stats. They say around 24 to 25% of the projects succeed in the world. When they say succeed, it talks about customer satisfaction. It talks about parameters like 3 stuff: scope, schedule, cost, and in the center, quality has been met. These all happening. This is called customer satisfaction. So you mean, Sriram, they don't change the requirement at all? You mean they will just work on that requirement what they got early? Not like that. They may get another few more features to be added, and that will have a new timeline, new cost. It's being properly communicated to the customer, and they feel good. That's why I said customer satisfaction. The survey is taken, customer satisfaction survey, right? Based on that. Now, when 75% succeeds, there is always 75% of the projects fail. So, what do you mean by fail? I'll go opposite to this. No satisfaction, and some of the other parameters not met. A lot more are there, but I'm just putting very simple for you to understand. Satisfaction is not there. You're not reaching on time within the budget with what they want. And when the book, the studies talks about this failure, the reason for failure primarily is about one thing, which talks about gap in communication. Gap with what? The senior management and the team which is working, there's a long gap. The strategy, I'm not sure how many of you are aware of the word called strategy. Strategy keep on changing, but it is not being communicated to the team. They work in a different cycle, top management work in a different cycle. And this is considered as a primary reason of many failures. I'm not sure how many of you agree with me that the failure happens because of communication gap. Do anybody agree with me? Yeah. See, not all projects are failing because of lack of fund. Yeah, there are some projects failing in lack of fund. But if you go by average, most of the project fails because of communication. How many marriages fail because of communication? Improper communication between the families and with the spouse, problem, right? Right, that's a problem. That's going to become a big issue, like between the groups, and they start hitting each other and they start complaining one another, and that creates a lot of trouble. Now, out of that, there are few projects every year awarded for the success in completion within this all parameters. So PMI gives them an award. What is PMI? Project Management Institute. They give an award to them. Why they have to give an award? So that they bring some competition within them to showcase the talent. So let's see a video of a winning project, what they did specially, and then we'll come back to the classes. That is my screen. Videos. Did I share my screen? I don't think I shared my screen. Share screen. Okay.
In the city of Los Angeles.
Oops, a quick check. Are you getting the audio?
Yes.
Fantastic. Great there. Let's listen this video. I know some of you are so exhausted listening for 4 hours. Let's close soon with a good video. Let's watch out this video. City of Los Angeles.
In the city of Los Angeles, everybody's going somewhere. From global jet setters to daily commuters, the city's fast-moving residents rely on a steady supply of fuel and lots of it. To keep the pumps flowing, the City of Angels looks to Chevron's El Segundo refinery. It provides 40% of the jet fuel to the world's 6th busiest airport and 20% of the gasoline used by drivers in the LA area. But by 2011, cracks in the refinery's aging coke drums were jeopardizing Chevron's ability to meet the region's fuel demands.
Without the coke drums, we wouldn't be able to continue processing normally, and we wouldn't be able to supply gasoline, diesel, and jet to the area.
Chevron had to import the new coke drums from Spain, so the company needed to find the right spot to bring the drums to shore, without disrupting commutes in the country's most congested city.
We looked at a number of sites, a number of ways to bring them in. None of us were enthusiastic about dragging them across 22 miles of Los Angeles over the course of 4 nights.
Then the team saw an opportunity in the neighboring town of Redondo Beach. By using the local marina, the team cut the trip to only 4 miles. But that meant 20,000 people would lose power during the move. So the team went back to the drawing board. With careful planning, it found a way to keep the power on and turn the drums' arrival into an exciting event.
By doing that, it turned into a really positive experience, because now it really does become a parade. These giant things that are fully lit up at night. It looks pretty cool.
Once the drums arrived at the refinery, the team shifted its focus to the perilous installation process. Team members would be using one of the largest cranes ever erected in California to lift the massive drums up to 250 feet in the air. Chevron made it clear there was no skimping on safety at any level.
We shared with them what we expected of them and also what they could expect of us. And if they felt we weren't living up to the safety standards we were setting for them, we expected to hear about it.
The project closed 4 months early with no serious injuries and $7 million under budget. And Los Angeles never saw a hiccup in its fuel supply.
If you've got a strong team, you follow our processes, and you're diligent and rigorous about protecting people and your estimates and your scope, you can be immensely successful, even on an inherently difficult project.
Okay, good there. Was it a good one? Did you consider this as a project? Oof. Do you see this as a project? Yep, it's a project, right? It looks a little interesting in the sense you found, I know it's not a simple project. It may look simple within 2 minutes video. Do you think it's a simple stuff? Moving a big cone from one place to another, placing it, making it happen, fuel running through? Oh my goodness, a lot of stuff behind the screen, right? Imagine you being a PMP qualified and sitting there in that kind of project. A lot of stuff is there. It was so huge work, heavy lifting on your shoulders, right? I know you all are doing it, but always I ask every manager to please think out of your window, not out of the box, out of the window. Don't settle within your organization. Don't settle within your door of 4 people, 5 people, Ramesh, Suresh, Robert, Benjamin. No, come out of that. Think bigger. You are a PMP. You can run a show. You can make a big picture, right? Mahendra says that, wow, that a coincidence. I worked in Chevron on-site project from July 10 for data management project. Ah, see, you're not aware. Make sure. I think, Mahendra, you are there in the video. We saw you somewhere there. Okay, great there. Okay, good to show. I was just bringing up the video to get a feel of the project. I like this. I keep showing videos on every class to make you feel that think out of your project. Don't stay there. Right? That's very important. I'm not saying don't loyal to your company. Be there, but think broader. Don't settle with the small place of your work. What you do. You have to be a little broader. That makes it more bigger. Right. Good there. Fine. That's a good show there. Now, what I want to show you is I have a few more stuff for you for the day. I mean, for tomorrow coming up. Tomorrow, what's going to be here is we have a few more content to be spoke about. Just a minute. Okay, tomorrow you have a few more contents. The content's going to be a little interesting. We're going to talk about something on the project size, adaptive natures, and we're going to talk about the study plan. This is very crucial for tomorrow. Tomorrow you have to sit with me a few minutes, and specifically I want to talk about how your planning will be set, how you have to read for the exam, how many hours you have to read, 3 weeks plan, 8 weeks plan. We'll draft a plan about it. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. And I have to show something about the study plan. This is a plan which we create specifically from ShriLearning, which will be shared with you. You can see a target date here. This is for one candidate. I remove the name of the candidate. So we'll put the person here on the dates. I'll explain this tomorrow. And some more stuff on the project coming up, portfolio coming up, lot of there. Okay, this is where we'll talk tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to have some workshop where we're going to go to the breakout, like what we did today. In this breakout, I will give a project, a demo project, where you will work on the project as a real, in the sense of how to handle a project. This we are going to do tomorrow as a virtual session. And this is a plan for tomorrow. And with this, the game will pick up more. When you come for the next week, you will be a little more aggressive. When they say aggressive, you'll be learning more on stakeholder, communication management, scope management, and step by step, we'll start moving in, and we'll start seeing more exam questions. You'll start seeing more on how to approach the exam. That will be a target for us, right? That's how it's going to be. Right, that's our game for the day and more. And we will start from here. In fact, I'll talk about COVID medicine here. That's also part of project, right? Okay, good. Okay, that's much for the day. How was the session today? Did you got some informative stuff? Are you happy with learning? It's playing a music there. Okay, good to start. I can see good message flowing there. Okay, great. Maybe Ashwin, you're yeah, Ashwin, I made you mute because of some background sound. Okay, good to see chats coming up and people are saying it's a good start. Yep, good there. And what you do is the people who have not enrolled, I would request you to reach support@ShriLearning.com. Now there'll be a process of enrollment. Once you enroll, you'll get a lot of materials and you'll start getting the recorded session. This recorded session will be given to all the enrolled people and you can download and listen anytime, any number of times, right? And you'll get the books, you'll get the study material, a lot more, right? Right, great there. I can see some messages coming up to me. Can you talk to me personally? Yes, you can. Message me the WhatsApp. Since I'm speaking for 4 hours, my throat will be burning. So I'll take half an hour rest and come back. So until then, probably you can message me the WhatsApp. My number I should have given to everyone. And if not, I'll share. My support team will give the number again, right? You can reach out. So 943439. This is my number. Anybody want to connect with me? Okay, that's good. Yeah, Ashwin, by the way, thanks for waking up in the late of the night and connecting. And once again, thanks to everyone for participating today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good there. Everybody catch up to the bed now. Good there. And catch up tomorrow by this time. Tomorrow it starts by 7:30 p.m. IST. Don't expect by 6:30. 7:30 p.m. IST. Tomorrow it will be only 2.5 hours with some learning, some workshops, some more philosophy, right? I have pinged my chat, my number in the chat, and also support team is behind that. They'll help out. Rahul is the one who is heading the effort. And we have a team from India and US who do all the support. So 24/7 you get support from us. Good then. Have a great time and let's work out. Right, great. I think we give a lot of support here. I'm seeing a lot of messages flowing through. I couldn't read some of the messages. Please take my number and WhatsApp me. I'll try to help you out. If not, you can reach your support team. And with this, we'll come to the end of the first day program. Congratulations for completing the first day successfully. You are in the right direction towards winning a big goal. Thanks a lot for joining. Have a great evening, great day. Catch up in tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. IST. See you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Sridhar.
Thank you.
See you all. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you all
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Sridhar.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Sri. Thank you very much, Sri.
Thank you. Thanks, Prabhu. Thanks for joining.
Yep.